camera this afternoon, the Valvoline onboard camera. Rusty Walsh will be starting 5th in the Miller Lite Ford.
All right, we're
And
going
Bobby
green this
Labonte,
lap,
the
by the
Circuit
way.
City onboard camera,
So,
starting on
who
the
do you have winning
outside
again,
pole.
Keith?
Will run 188 laps this afternoon, and
Mike?
the purse that they are going for is near
Rusty Walsh.
$2.5 million.
Rico?
The pit window between 52 and 58. Back
All
down
right,
to Bill
and
Weber.
Jack Roush is the car owner for Jack
I
Burton.
had
Any
Joe Jarrett.
idea what the problem is, Jack?
Well, there seems
Jack
to be
Roush.
oil getting in the
Let's see this.
tailpipe. Don't think it's a loose line. Seems like it might be a hole in a pushrod tube for the intake port or something. I doubt if it's anything we could fix. It might run all day. We'll see.
Yeah, Christian
And he
was
has told
correct.
Jeff to go ahead and start the race.
Send
One
it
side note to
green.
this, his teammate Mark Martin broke a valve spring in happy hour yesterday
Here we go.
afternoon. He has an engine in this car that this will be its first lap.
Everybody on the inside row where Jeff Burton was supposed to start in 3rd spot moves up one. The field now moves through the tri-oval here at Talladega, and the start-finish line is down toward turn number 1 from this area of the tri-oval. That's where the green flag will drop in just a few minutes.
Out of that pack
Schrader
today.
on the pole. Bobby Labonte is alongside.
Yeah,
Smoke
green.
coming from Burton's car there at the back.
And wait,
Package is going, and someone's smoking in the back already, unless it's in 99.
it is.
They look slower from this angle. I don't know why.
There's Jeff Burton's car, the pole sitter, and it's
just-
smoking as it accelerates up to speed.
They just took
We
green,
saw
so they
Dale
are kind
Earnhart
of
pick up a
sliding on it.
position
They'll-
early as he
they'll
got to the inside
hit
of Kenny
190,
Wallace.
so-
There is Burton, and there is no smoke from that
There
car.
we go.
So
Now it's speeding up. But it
as
just
long as
looks
he
slower
doesn't
to me
have
from
to
that one
get
angle.
it may be okay.
Then again, they're
But
all
it's pretty
always very
much
slow on the recent
throttle
starts
to
and
the
restarts
slow
at
racetrack.
Talladega.
The cars are, of course, using restrictor plates here, which will keep them down to under 200 miles an hour.
I was about to say, this character was been hired by NBC because they kept the cameras on the 99
And it will
like
take
it
them
goes
at
to
least
that
one
first
lap to
green
get
flag
up
lap
to
right
full
there.
speed.
And I looked like I was on my house. There they go, never mind.
And
Bobby
will
Labonte
lead
leads lap 1.
Wallace right behind him, and the first lap is
Behind on the
163.8.
I need to check on the inside in the middle lanes.
Some of our spotters said there might be smoke out the back of Mark Martin's car. Bill Weber just told you that was the first lap.
You got to dry there.
Yesterday afternoon during happy
Oh, here we go.
Here comes
Rusty.
for the lead. Mark
Good
Martin
defense by
could
Labonte.
not
Good
quite make
defense.
it.
Help from
They
Mark.
fall
Nope.
back in line behind Bobby Labonte and remain
Dale.
in the same order as they go through the 33 degrees of banking.
Dale
up
for
in
Dale,
turns
get
1
Mark
and
Martin
2. Then they
over
come
here.
on to 18 degrees of banking here in the
Oh
tri-oval.
boy. Is this y'all's first time ever watching a race
It's
at
still
Talladega
Bobby
from the
Labonte,
90s, Keith and Rico?
8 races in 1999,
Yes.
but the NASCAR
I
Race
don't
to
know. I
Cup
think
race
I
at
might have
Bristol.
seen some replays of different laps
Dale
here and there,
Earnhardt.
different races.
Working way up to
Mostly
the
from on white stands of
ninth spot.
west
And
that
there we see
super
Kyle Petty.
speedways
He's been
and whatnot.
struggling all week, and look at this car
Yeah,
go forward in the middle. Normally you
Yeah, as
would
we go
straight
along,
back,
just-
Kyle Petty going
As we
forward
go
in the middle.
along, you'll see how different it was then
Qualifying
compared
effort
to
here
now.
at Talladega.
It is
Scraped the
way
wall
Yeah,
out of turn
a
number 4,
lot
but the
more
car
fun
has
back
been
then.
repaired.
Don't try to go down the grass there.
Drafting partner there in the middle of the racetrack. They're 3 and 4 wide in the middle of the pack as they come down to complete
One thing we
another
also-
lap. It's still
Sorry,
Bobby
Dave, Rico.
Labonte showing the way with Rusty Wallace.
Funny, it's the Cowboy right now. That 18, the 2,
Is
6,
fourth.
24, the
Wally
44, the
Dallenbach is
99. I have all
then
those
Jeff
yeah.
Goldie.
Right now we have Tony Stewart in the middle of a three wide and
So
down
I
what-
won't say the line, but I'm not allowed to swear on here, so.
So one thing we like to do on race reactions is predict the first
Look
caution
at
of the
them fan
race.
out as they come off the
Which
quarter.
then
Mike
again, the
Skinner
last time we
on
reacted
that
to
Petty in
Talladega,
the
me and
44
Mike
car,
did
and right behind
was the
him, we're
2002
on
Underscore
board with
99,
Bill
and
Elliott.
the first caution came
And
out
Kyle
after
Petty
lap
was going
100.
somewhere.
So, where do
Some
y'all
hot
think, or
wheels,
what lap do
obviously,
y'all
from
think the
that
first
car in the
caution
early
will be?
going.
He started 30th, and in 3 laps, he's already up to about 20th position.
I don't know how many laps there are in this event, so I'm going to say about
Everybody pretty much 2 by 2
laps.
now as they come around,
20
except
laps.
for the first 3. And this lap
I'm gonna say 50.
93.181.
I'm going to say 60. I'm going to say 60.
I want to go
This is
with
Sterling Marlin.
71.
Following Ernie Irvin down through turn 1.
would have been hilarious if we all did
They come off
46
turn 2 and head down the
This
back stretch. Down
this
2 by 2. That's
backstretch
Wally
shot is
Dallenbach
so
of the
cool.
Budweiser car on the
I
left.
know.
And
That's bad.
the lead car of Bobby
It looks like
Labonte still hanging in there.
a lot of them are a lot closer to each other than they actually are.
Oh, there's the 28.
Let's
I'm
get
wearing
the
28 shirt
taste
right
of the
now.
race. Brian needs telemetry, and we'll just see
keep my handicap
what
right
kind
now.
of speed and RPM that Sterling Marlin will get if it accelerates down the front straightaway.
I need to fix that.
And that bottom line is the brake indicator, but I don't think we're going to see that.
No, we won't.
25 of Wally Dallenbach is Dale Jr.
miles per hour, around 7,200 RPMs.
Bruh.
208,
Well, I get it, it's because
207
it's
miles
the
per
Bud
hour.
sponsor.
And here he goes. There
Oh,
just
look at
touches
that.
the
He's
brake
going
pedal.
4 wide
He never
almost.
touched the throttle.
Way
So he
up
has to touch the
close.
brake, keep him running in to be very
Today
close.
when
They
I
could
got
go down
locked
into
into
the
the
turn.
wall.
Michael Waltrip up in
Damn, I
Hammond, car
forgot.
number 7.
It's Michael Waltrip.
And there is
Michael
Burton
started
to
like
beat
30th, and he's up in the top
Traffic.
15 already.
And
I
Wally
think.
Dallenbach, his teammate,
I was
Jeff
there.
Gordon, have used an outside line, and they've worked themselves up right beside the leader, Bobby Labonte.
Burton's
Jeff
not
Burton has
doing
come up
that
to
bad.
33rd from his
Considering
everything
is correct.
in the tail of the
Saw
field
the
because
car,
of the
I
early
think
pit stop.
wait, how
He's
the
a
heck
heavy
is
smoke
Rusty all the way
coming from
back
car,
that
but
far
it
in the
does
back?
not show any
He's running
signs
up
of
to
smoking
top
now.
10 right
They're
now.
3 wide through here. He's right behind Kenny Irwin in car number 28.
Yeah, they looked a
Bill
little
Evans
similar
with
back
an
then, the
update
2
from the
and
pit
the
road.
12 did.
Well, right now they have told Jeff Burton just to be very patient that there's no smoke coming from his car. They really believe at speed they're going to be fine. Here are their greatest concerns.
Bro, Jeff Burton's up there running with them almost full speed with despite having a cracked intake. That's crazy.
That's what that's what I was trying to say.
One of the most determined race drivers in this series.
I'm sure
is
y'all
in that
glad
car.
we're watching this instead of the 4.5 hour
corner number 3 as they continue to shuffle
sure
the
y'all happy
positions
about
in the
that.
back of the field here at
It's
Talladega.
11
Everybody looking for the
p.m.
line
Eastern
right
time
now.
right now. At the time we're recording
Taking the
this,
lead of the
and
race.
I picked it because it was shorter, and I must say I think I made the better choice. This is great so far.
Lap number 7 is completed.
Well, we'll see what happens as this race
We've got a
goes along.
Chevrolet outside line, Dallenbach, Jeff Gordon, Dale
Oh, there's
Earnhardt,
Jeff
Dennis
the
Rader.
chef up there in
Earnhardt started
second. You got
17th in
Labonte.
Goodrich Chevrolet. That time by was running in 3rd place.
It's the first NASCAR Winston Cup race that Wally Dallenbach
Oh,
has
look at
led
that.
since
There's the
Pocono
leaderboard.
in
7
June
laps.
of last year.
Nematek's
They're the top
9.
10 with
Okay.
7 laps of 188 completed.
Yay, they cut out commercials.
Alabama
Woo!
is the scene of the DieHard 500 NASCAR Winston
I think they
Cup
had to do
race.
that to
Wally
Woodcock right
Dallenbach in
anyway.
front of the field.
Dale!
He's up there battling for the lead.
Go to the bottom. And
Let's
he
go
may
see
have
this.
a challenge
He's taking the
for
lead, and look at the crowd.
He's going to pull ahead of him. And the guy who
Comes in here.
was here yesterday taking his second race in 1999 is in the lead.
And he has his teammate.
Oh, gotta be careful trying to clear him here.
Your mic.
Alongside Wally Dallenbach and Jeff Gordon.
Wally is putting up a big fight here.
Jerry Punch has a report from pit road.
Yeah.
We told you, Daytona, there was a total lack of cooperation
Well,
among
Wally
teammates.
was
Not
driving
so here
25,
today. Here's the
25
communication
was,
line
Hendrick
in
car
Hendrick
back
Motorsports.
then.
Now, Wally
So,
Dallenbach is being
Jeff
told
Gordon's
via
taking
the
his teammate
radio
out on the
through
outside.
Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon called Ray Evernham a moment ago and said, hey, have Wally run lower on the turns if
Dale's
he can.
getting
Run
up
down
on his
low.
teammate
See if he can get
Skinner, I
numbers. Now, so
believe,
he
it looks
tells
like.
Ray Evernham that. Evernham stands up on his pit box, leans over, and signals Tony Furr, the Budweiser crew chief next door. Furr tells Dallenbach. Dallenbach signals in the window. Okay, Jeff, we'll run lower
Way
right now. We've
straight
got
on
traffic
our back
on the
line now.
inside.
3 to 31.
You got to have a partner. You got to have good
Just go back to the
communications.
wall. Just go back to the wall. Just go back to the wall.
They're still 2 by 2. And the first 42 cars, Elliott
By the
Sadler
way,
has dropped
wow,
off
it
the
says
pace, but the
Earnhardt's up
first
16
42
spots,
cars
Bonnie
are
19,
less than 3
30,
seconds
11,
apart.
Bickle. Oh, he got
Look
blocked,
at him right
bro.
out down the backstretch.
That
That's
was
Joe
close.
Nemechek on the far
That's
right
before
in
they
that
had the
red
yellow
car
line on the
trying to gain a
backstretch,
position.
so they could go
And in the
low.
middle is Kenny Irwin along with Rich Bickle.
Hey, Mike,
Jarrett
could you
was the guy
check
in the
the
middle just a few
stream
moments
real quick
ago.
and see if it's
And our
going?
Pennzoil copter cam shot
Yeah.
last time on the backstretch gave you a real good
Always have nervousness
of how
about
you
the
can
internet.
get caught in the middle. Somebody decides
Yeah, it's
to
good.
go below you, forms a line beneath you, and you're in the middle.
Let's check out
Perfect.
the speeds for a lap and see
What
what
time are
kind
you
of
guys at?
per hour these guys
We
are
are
running.
at 21,
21:57.
22 now.
Was a little bit quicker,
I think I'm just a
about
tad bit
3 or
ahead of
4
you guys.
hundredths of a second
We're at
quicker than
22:10.
Earnhardt.
Earnhardt leads. Mike Skinner runs
22-22.
Wallace is third.
22:15.
Jeff
Rick,
Gordon.
you need to come back a little bit, maybe.
And Jeff Gordon is up to 16th position in the XI number 99 after his early problem.
Made a pit stop on the parade lap, which means...
Oh, wow, Mikey's right up on the court pound, 36. That could have been bad.
Now to 16.
It would have been bad in today's cars.
Car number 22, that's
Kenny
Mark
Irwin's
Martin,
in
his
28 this
teammate
year.
beside him in
Jerry
number
Nady's
6.
in the 9. I forgot Jerry Nady
14th
drove the 9
lap is
car. That's
completed.
crazy.
Earnhardt continues to show the way. He's the third leader we've had in the first
Depending
14
on
races
what
laps
team,
of this
what
race.
page and Bill
Bobby
Elliott
Labonte
right
led
now
5
might
and
have
Wally
those cars as
Dallenbach
well as
led
that
5.
There's Mike Skinner, the RCR 31.
And Tony Stewart has worked his way back up. He's now up to about 4th or 5th spot, running beside
Yeah, I think this is
Dallenbach,
Tony
right
Stewart's
behind
rookie year,
Rusty
if I'm
Wallace.
correct. That's
And he has his
99 was.
teammate Bobby Labonte right
Yeah,
behind
the
him.
99 that was last year.
I really
Dale
like that
Earnhardt is
Home
leading
Depot
his first
scheme,
laps
for
of
sure.
1999. Last
Oh, yeah.
race he led was last November at Rockingham. Give you a
Tony
taste
Stewart
of
was
the race
able
with a
to
Brian
jump
Yates
from
on
IndyCar
board
to
telemetry.
NASCAR and do so well so quickly.
Just right at
That's how much
199.
talent he has as a driver.
Long
And
car, my Toyota couldn't quite
As
do
we go down
that.
the corner, we saw 200
No
miles per hour.
offense.
Now, as the car will dip down the corner,
Yeah,
it will lose
yeah,
speed.
he was better than Henry Chet
Especially as it
Travis
starts
in the
coming off the corner,
Oh.
because the banking just slows the car
I
down.
was about to say, only highlights of
First four
one
run
Toyota's career,
nose to tail.
winning in
We have
Minion
them 2 by 2
and
the
assassinating
rest of the way.
in the pit track.
Bro, they're going full wide
Look at
right
them
now.
fan out.
Oh,
Rusty
look at that.
Wallace
Rusty's
tries to
trying
get to the
me.
inside.
I mean, those
Now he falls in behind.
My time's a little messed up right now
We're
because
looking
I
back
know
on
you
Tony
might be
Stewart,
my mind
the rookie in NASCAR Winston Cup competition, and here Stewart comes to fly
Simon's have the lead.
Wallace.
But Mike Skinner wanted to take the
Looks
lead.
like Senior is getting helped by Tony Stewart.
Try to get those 5 bonus points.
Oh, someone else went up high there.
5 bonus
That's
points.
the
You can lead a lap.
25.4
Is Skinner
again.
going to do
Oh,
it?
here comes the Hendrick boys. Mike Senior goes up the block.
Now Rusty
Stewart
Wallace
just
is in the middle.
flew by
And now
Earnhardt.
he's
Stewart flew right, yeah, he flew right by him.
Well, Skinner
Sure, I had no idea
what
what happened right there. Now, Tony's down the lead.
Racing down the backstretch. We'll see who comes out on top of this battle. And
We're at
Jeff Burton
24.50.
picks up another position as he passes
Okay.
Rusty
Yeah,
Wallace, who's still in the middle. That's Dale Jarrett in the 88.
24:55 now. Put that out.
Me,
Yeah,
Rico's
right
now at
behind
the
us,
same
cars
time
three
that me and
abreast.
Michael are probably.
Jeremy Mayfield, that mobile
I'm
car,
at
the white nose is right in the middle.
25.03.
I'm at 25 and 7.
White Realtree car on the
I'm at
outside.
25:07 now, 25:10. So me and Christian are probably like a second or two apart.
3 wide between.
And Mike Skinner was able to hold off the challenge. That's
Language,
7.25,
Stern
but
Marlin.
just by a few inches.
I have that
Again,
diecast.
we're overhead in the Pennzoil copter cam as Jerry
3 wide
Nadeau
between
is
Nadeau,
below
Mayfield,
Jeremy
and
Mayfield off of corner number 2.
Is that Marcus on the
Now that
outside?
inside line
Wow,
once
man.
again. That's Tony Stewart in the 20. Dale Earnhardt right behind him in the defending
That's
race
cool.
winner
I'm
here
surprised
at
that
DieHard
33 is
Bobby
up there.
Labonte. Down low. Here you can see our pole sitter.
It happened again. I saw that Budweiser logo on the 25. And I'm thinking, hey, Joe Bugger. I'm like,
Which means
wait a minute. No, that ain't Joe
Run
Bugger.
in order because all these
Not
pit
quite.
roads are absolutely
1 year
side
off.
by side.
God,
And all this
God,
is 192
God,
and a
thank
half
you,
miles per
Budweiser.
hour.
There's Andretti's 11th actually in the 43 car. Pretty solid run for him. He's
A scary
struggled, though,
moment a
after
few
the
seconds
90s.
ago for Jeremy
Mike
Mayfield.
Pinks
He
Jr.
had
still
the
leading.
action from the onboard camera. Sterling Marlin will show to you here in just a second as they run down the backstretch once again. Here it is. Let's see what happened to Jeremy.
Well, see, he's in the middle, and there's going to be he and the
4 wide, that was
side
close.
by side
surprised,
making
Mike
contact.
did, I
Jeremy
surprised
goes
Mike
up the
did,
hill, but guess
look
what? There was
over
somebody
at
up the hill. The
Tony
buddy
Albert.
was trying to go. Now here comes Earnhardt on the inside.
Perfect example of how Tony Stewart is going to go to the middle now.
Oh,
as
now
Dale
Stewart's hung out the front.
It's 31
Tony was able to get back behind Earnhardt. Cost him that much.
There's a lot of
It
lead
was a
changes
couple of
so far.
positions. Now he's got his teammate Bobby Labonte right behind him. We're on board with him.
time when there was like, what, 60, 70 weight changes in there.
Here's the interstate batters.
At
Circuit
least
City on
40
that
or so
camera
race.
of Bobby Labonte. His teammate Tony Stewart right in front. Jeff Gordon on the
Stewart had
outside.
Ricky straps in the back of his car.
I know, I was about to say the same thing.
Mike Skinner led 74
I'm tired of
laps
sitting
here
up.
last fall in the race at Talladega.
Not a lot of
He had a
commercials.
real good
Not a lot
run
of
at
commercial
Daytona,
breaks,
finishing in
actually.
4th position.
She's great.
Oh, we got
Right now,
thunderstorm
he
warning
continues
on
to lead
the
here. He led the last
on the video.
5 laps.
Tampa Bay weather. The entire time was better
Mike Skinner, Wally
for
Dallenbach
NASCAR
running
and
in
for the
second
world in general.
Yeah.
Third is Gordon.
Mike Skinner,
Fourth, Dale Earnhardt.
I remember watching we used to hate Mike Skinner because he drove the Dale Senior Penske in trucks in the 90s.
Visit Talladega. More after these messages and a word from our ABC station.
20 laps in.
He's still alive.
ABC Sports back live at Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama for the DieHard 500. And
Did you know that
anxiety
this,
already. That's Frankie
Darrell
Sauter, the crew
Waltrip
chief on Jeff Burton's car. He had problems at the
Do you
very
know Darrell
beginning.
Waltrip was
A
driving the
sharpened tear
66
from
car
Wally
in this
Dallenbach's
race?
crew watching his driver have a
last,
very strong run here in the early going. 23 laps have been completed. We're on board with Wally Dallenbach right now. The leader of the race is
2000. I thought it was
Dale
99, but thanks
Earnhardt.
for
I think
correcting
when we
me on
went to
that.
break, Mike Skinner was at the front of the field. Well, he's now 14th.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that.
Joe Gibbs' car is running second and third.
So
The
you're
number 20,
technically
Tony Stewart.
right for both
And
of
also
them.
Bobby Labonte in third spot. Both those cars owned by former Washington Redskins.
Like his last full-time year would have been like sometime in the early
It's
90s.
pretty incredible, but that's just the way it is here at Talladega when you can be leading one lap and the next lap find yourself back in the 14th position. That was the situation with Mike Skinner.
Man, dude.
From corner number
Terry the
4.
Body.
Speed still
Terry
right
the
up there.
Body's been moving up
Fastest
slowly.
lap last time was turned by the 25 car of Wally Dallenbach at over 193.7 miles an hour.
It's not really like that right now, but we'll see.
I said a little bit of a train at that point, but now it's starting to spread out.
There's that John
Jeff
Deere
Burton
car.
trying to these two
I
guys
love that car so
in
much.
front.
Dang, that's already what you're
Rusty Wallace, who qualified so well, is up front.
Yeah, he was leading a second ago, right back in like 17 or
He
so.
runs along with the 10-car of Ricky Rudd. That's Jerry Nadeau in the 9-car. Kenny
Probably better, to
Irwin
be
in
honest.
28.
Mayfield
now.
dropped
So
at
the first
39.
9 cars are running nose to
Jeff
tail. We
Gordon.
have this
94 car.
2x2 situation with Jeff Gordon on the inside and
I find
Mike
it shocking
Skinner
he never
on the
won the 94
outside.
car.
On board now
Good
with
grief,
Rusty
Rusty
Wallace.
LA Sadler's last. I forgot. I forgot where Jeff
So
Burton is.
Rusty Wallace here at Talladega.
And Napa Field Summary will keep up with the manufacturers battle throughout the race. Right now, Dale Jarrett is the top running Ford in 13th
Oh,
spot.
Jeff
Jeff
Burton
Burton
is.
running in 15th. Dale Earnhardt is the leader of the race and, of course, the top Chevy at the moment. As far as Pontiacs are concerned, well, they run second, third, and fourth with Stewart, Bobby Labonte, and John Andretti.
And Andretti started in 24th position, has worked his way up to 5th spot.
Ford has led 0 laps. I don't think it's going to be like that for long.
The white and orange tie sponsored car.
Dan Carter was a rookie back
At
then.
least one race in 15 consecutive seasons alive. He has not won this year.
Then again, he was
In
running
NASCAR
the
Winston Cup
West Transit race in
competition, but he
50 team
does
that
have
lasted
pole
a good 2
position.
years, and then they went kaput.
So far, so good in the first 27 laps. Everybody behaving very well.
33 school car.
And again,
How's
the
Jeff Burton
21
15?
car that we talked about
Jeff Burton
earlier
is 15.
lost the draft, and he is now back in
On
the
that
pit
tag,
area. So
that car,
not
I
a
have
good
that
start
diecast
for
as well.
Elliott Sadler.
Oh, look at 20 Irwin Jr. going inside.
And now he's back
Oh,
out on the
Sadler's
racetrack
back.
and running all by himself
Came here
out
to
there.
watch a race, not to flex diecasts.
And there's not much you can do,
Well, I
BT, when
mean,
there's
he's
nobody else
sharing that
around
he
you.
has a lot of these 95
He's right around the racetrack, and you
that's
put
pretty
on
cool
the
that
throttle,
he has
never
most of
backing
these.
off of it, and hope that the caution flag drops before you get laps. But that's going to have to be in the next 5 or 6 laps if he's going to save one lap down.
So what's your thoughts on the race so far? Like, what's your thoughts on the racing?
Now Michael Waltrip goes along to the inside.
if like the top 20 were to be like a more compact, like the backpack, it would be like 2 or 3 wide races up front in the top 10. That like the train for like first or like 10th or whatever, and like the top 15 breaking away. I think it'll be a lot more entertaining, but it's pretty entertaining as it is right now. Just need to get it a little bit more closer, in my opinion.
And John Kernan has a report on the 4 car.
Bobby Hamilton found himself back in that second pack just a few laps. They were a couple of seconds behind the lead pack, but he decided to hook up with the 45 car. Rich Bickle to try and draft his way to the front. They cut that pack, and now they find themselves in the number 2 pack. Cars have broken away, but the 4 and the 45 continue to work together.
Congratulations, Kevin. Congratulations, Kevin.
They still got still together, the 4 car and the 45 car, Rich Bickle and Bobby Hamilton.
Actually, no, you're more known for causing one of the dumbest wrecks that one of the dumbest things with NASCAR history in your time in NASCAR in general.
Mike, what do you think about the race so far?
Rich Bickle.
We saw in our happy hour coverage yesterday on ESPN2, there's a huge sign on the dashboard of Tony Stewart's car just saying patience, and that's another thing you have to exercise here at Talladega.
One thing that's I've always found interesting about Talladega is a lot of the races where it's so cloudy, like it just comes out of nowhere. It'll be sunny at Talladega, and then the next thing you know, it will be really cloudy, and it looks like a tornado or something's going to hit. That's how cloudy it is. Because they're up near the mountains and out in the middle of nowhere. It looks like it's going to rain, but it doesn't.
I remember a couple of years ago,
David Green, after working his way back up near the front pack, has now developed an engine problem.
For a brief time, I think there's a brief little red flag for
when he
rain.
came by the trial the
And I
last
think
time,
Rick Allen said that it was raining in turn 1, but it was dry in turn 4.
It doesn't sound
Yeah,
too good.
it is like
So
that.
2 have now dropped out of the lead draft, Elliott Sadler and David Green.
One of the races, I think it was
the other 40
cup race before it got moved to Monday. It was raining in turn 1 and 2, but it never rained in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think that was the same one.
Dave Marcus said one almost made contact.
Off the pace in the Larry Hendricks 41.
Still 3 wide. That is Sadler there.
I almost said Larry Hendricks. I was say that's not right.
I already got you said Larry Hendricks.
Bobby Labonte are your first 3, and then Joe Nemechek runs back in the
Should be getting your pit
position.
stops in about 15
31
minutes.
laps into the DieHard 500.
Earnhardt's still the leader.
Talladega Super Speedway.
Start second, Labonte third, Nemechek in fourth. Impressive. And
This is Talladega Super Speedway in Alabama. The overhead
Ward
shots
Burton's
courtesy of
moved
the
up from
Pennzoil
25th to
Copter
the top
Cam
10.
flying around in the partly cloudy skies here this afternoon, showing you the enormity of this facility, 2.6 miles in length. Coming up right after our coverage of this NASCAR Winston Cup race, we go off-road with Pace Supercross. Jeremy McGrath clinched his 6th championship last weekend. This is the next to the last race of the season. It's from the RCA Dome in Indianapolis, and it's coming up right after our coverage this afternoon on ABC Sports.
Said sign on this side that says
Yeah, that's a
think.
good
Patience, think, same thing.
There is Dale Earnhardt continuing to lead this race. Tony Stewart second. Bobby Labonte is third. We've noticed that the 41 car of David Green has pulled off the track, John Kernan.
They had taken David Green's car back to the garage area. They determined it was a broken rocker arm, so they planned to go back to the garage area, change that, and get him back out on the racetrack. But they're working on that right now.
What exactly happens whenever you have a broken rocker arm? I'm sorry, I don't really know too much about NASCAR and how the parts
Skinner
work
trying
and stuff
to
like
take
that.
over that fifth spot from John Andretti.
I'm not really sure about what the rocker arm is.
Labonte, the 5 car we see him there last time by in the
I know a lot
36.
about NASCAR, but I don't know about every single part, so I don't know off the top of my head. I need to look at
I don't think somebody better correct me in the comments, but I don't even think that's still a part. I think it might have got replaced.
Yeah, I don't recognize that part either.
2,000ths of a second in second place yesterday to Terry Labonte in the Busch race that you saw on ABC Sports yesterday. On board with Mike Skinner.
But is that
Bill has more on Joe Nemechek, who so far has a good run here this afternoon.
And Bob, as you mentioned, a good run for the second consecutive day. Now, throughout this season, there's been a growing controversy with NASCAR with two Cup drivers to compete in the NASCAR Push support races here on Saturday. Nemechek ran in the support race here yesterday and finished 0.02 of a second behind Terry Labonte. Actually, he finished right next to him when he came to the finish.
I remember his 1992 Busch Chase campaign when he drove the beautiful Texas Pete car.
In happy hour, they tried a rear-end gear change that did not work, so they went back to what they had in the car earlier, and he went to leading was extremely happy with how his car was going to perform today. Tony Stewart
in
the middle.
Indeed, Tony Stewart has taken his Home Depot car to the front of the field. And this is the third race of 1999 that he has led as a rookie.
Hey, I'm not doing
Jerry has more on this rookie from Indianapolis. Jerry?
Bob, you got to love the innocence and honesty of the rookie driver. Tony Stewart, the last 5 laps, kept begging his crew chief, Greg Zipadelli, let me make a move. I want my 5 bonus points. Greg said, no, stay where you are. Stay behind the 18 behind you. Your time will come. Well, finally, Tony won the battle last time by. Decided to make a move to lead the lap. They reminded Stewart, taking on Earnhardt at Talladega is like taking on one-on-one. You may win one battle, but you're not going to win many, so have fun while you're there. And by the way, Tony also said, hey, guys, drafting is crazy. You pull behind the car, it's like a vacuum cleaner, right up to it. Man,
oh, look, there's Joe Jared in the top 5.
Well, Tony Stewart has never competed here in Winston Cup. He did run here in the Busch race a couple of times, finishing 26th and 28th.
Well,
and another thing he said during yesterday, Benny, that we found very unusual. He said what he was trying to do was make his car less comfortable.
Yeah, he said it's too comfortable, and comfortable in Talladega means slow.
I didn't see where he was.
So he was
He's
make
back
it less
in
comfortable
about
to try to make it a little faster. So that's not a word that I want to use. Uncomfortable at Talladega at this speed.
What did you pick? Mark Martin? I think Mark was like 50 or so. I think Mark was like 50th or so.
Oh, the leaderboard's coming up right now, so...
In the first 4 races of 1999, he was 19th in points and had an average finish of 24.
Rusty's 18.
He's a quick runner in Winston Cup. The last 4 races have moved him to 10th in the point standings. An average finish
Wally went from first to 25th.
Well, this Tony Stewart seems like a real deal.
10 laps.
He and Jeff Gordon both coming from the open wheel ranks, and both of them making their mark in NASCAR Winston Cup racing. But that pass that he made on Earnhardt.
Wally crashed. That's an interesting game out of the
Dolly hit the wall.
37 cars running now within 4 seconds of each other. It's John Andretti up on the high side, leading that one.
It looks like the inside is where you want to be at.
Skinner right behind him, on board with Mike. Andretti won the race at Martinsville last week in a great performance, driving through the field in the closing laps. Here's a great shot down the backstretch. Look how wide the track is and how they use every inch of it.
Like 3 or 4 times that I've been in here, and he only looked at, and Mike only looked down once out of those 3 or 4 times.
Because he's focused on the race.
Outside of Dale Jarrett. Here comes Ricky Rudd.
Jarrett's going back.
It's Reddy Fowley got
That
him.
must confirm it. He must be driving that.
So they'll drive up on the outside.
But here comes a 43 on the outside lane.
Because you never know if they realize you're on the outside of it.
Steve Park in the 1 car.
Benny, it looks like pretty much a General Motors field up front, and I recall you saying at Daytona that you thought
the crashes where he got injured, he was trying to
Daytona, Talladega, the super speedways, I think the Fords do struggle because they have a little more dust, a little more drag.
Back in I believe 98 or something like that, he was in the 14 car before DieHard switched to the 1.
Wow, Dave Marcus has moved up a lot.
Marcus only had an amazing run for his own team. I have that diecast myself.
Marcus is in his 57th race here
57th race at Talladega. That's
He
crazy.
is the former winner. He won here in August 1976.
Something like that, right?
Yeah. But he was part-time for a lot of the years.
Dave Marcus win the DieHard 500 today.
Yeah, I feel like he really should have gotten that back for that one race. I believe it was at Richmond where he was leading at the limit with like a few left to go. Then he had some sort of steering failure and he caused him to wreck.
Mike Skinner, Bobby Labonte, and Wally Dollenbach have each led 5 races, 5 laps. So there you see the top 10 after 43 laps
they should be
here at
coming to
Talladega
pit
Super
soon.
Speedway. It's Tony Stewart out in front, and we'll be back with more on our live coverage in a moment. Kevin Hamlin is the crew chief on the number 3 car, driven by Dale Earnhardt. The owner is Richard Childress, and so far they have seen good things out of their driver, Dale Earnhardt. He right now is in second position. That's John Andretti to his right, giving him the challenge. We're on board with Bobby Labonte.
Oh, yeah,
look at Earnhardt's car slide.
That was nasty. And Andretti must have said something. Did you see Andretti just all of a sudden, it's like he sensed that Earnhardt was getting closer, and he gave Dale some room.
How does that make sense? You said do it for Dale and get a Mark Martin done. How does that make sense?
That made 0 sense right there.
Oh, look, there's Andretti going in the lead.
Back for the last few laps, but now it begins to move.
That's awesome.
Here comes Mike Skinner.
And then, all right, back up to second place again.
Second spot. They're going to drop Tony Stewart to at least third or fourth, maybe even fifth as they cross the line.
Oh, they're going to get it. Oh, the 2 bikes near
the Mike show. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
The 20 car Stewart might need a little bit of adjustment on this car once these cars start making pit stops, which won't be too long.
The rapper Marky Mark, now we have Mikey Mike.
Oh, he forced him in the grass. Oh, they're around. Here we go. And around goes. Oh, Jeff. There's the big one.
There's the big one.
Jeez.
How many laps was that?
It was about 50 maybe.
He's stuck. It rained
Yes, I
heavy
got my
last night.
prize.
And look at the damage.
Oh, Ford is
to
toast.
Chevrolet.
So is Rusty.
And Rusty Wallace's car also heavily damaged and stopped in turn.
Let me check this out.
We're going to get a replay problem.
Had their money on Roger Jeff Cord.
I'm sure they'll have a replay of it, but man, that was crazy. He literally forced them all the way into the grass. Oh, not the John Deere car.
As does Rusty Wallace.
I would guess the damage to the nose of this car, Rusty's car, he hit, it looks like he might have hit Jeff Gordon in the right side.
And if y'all were to avoid a wreck, you'll be punished for the race for doing that today.
And Brett Bodine is also involved in the crash. He climbs out uninjured, but a very badly damaged race car. Ernie Irvin is also assisted from his car.
I bet.
Yeah.
Ernie Irvin was in 36.
And look at the damage on Jeff's car.
Oh, dang, Jeff.
The crowd's cheering.
It looks like his car looks like a modified now, unfortunately.
Look at the crowd. They're cheering this.
Back to pit road.
Right, going to pit road.
Gordon has had finishes of 39th and 33rd already this year. 39th coming at Rockingham and finished 43rd last at Texas. And it's going to be another disappointing finish for Jeff Gordon, the defending series champion. Let's take a look at what happened again. Here they are moving off of corner number 2. Watch the right of your screen.
Oh, Mike
Skinner and Tony Stewart right
that?
here are going to
He
make
just walked
contact.
right to the grass.
And somehow they get in the grass. And Skinner turns right across the racetrack. There we see Jeff Gordon coming directly into him. All of a
Oh,
sudden,
Jeff just took a
loses
hard
control,
right.
goes up, hand hits the wall, and Rusty Wallace and also Ernie Irvin drive in the right side of Jeff Gordon's car. There we see Chad
the
Little
one car
spinning
barely
down
got
the
through
inside.
that.
John Kernan.
And the
Terry
9.
Bonnie were the first to hit his pits. They will make no chassis adjustments, no air pressure adjustments. The car is pretty good. He also said about that crash, wasn't that about the dumbest thing you've ever seen? Dale Earnhardt has told his car, his crew, his car is very neutral. This is simply 4 tires, a small air pressure adjustment. He has stopped very shallow in his pit because there's no one pitting behind him. That way he can get around the 50 miles an hour. He'll take a look at the front fenders, make sure there was no damage with the fender pushed in on the tires, no chassis adjustment, right side and left side tires.
Bro, that one car is literally in the middle of pit road. Look at that, the 22.
Yeah, 22. too.
Well, the 22's got damaged, I think.
Caterpillar car.
I think he got hit by somebody. Oh, uncontrolled tire right there.
Oh, well, they didn't penalize him back then for
No
that.
one's getting a penalty.
Well, today it would be.
Today you would get
Oh, so back then, uncontrolled tire was not a penalty back then?
And now they will assess the damage to these cars that have been involved
another
in the
replay.
up in turn number 3. Actually, down the backstretch is where it all started.
There's the Pennzoil Cup again. There you see the I think a little bit of contact between Stewart and Skinner, not allowing Skinner to get back on the racetrack and get on the dirt. And look at Jeff Burton points to it. How close did he come to Skinner
Oh,
as
man,
he went
28
by?
got caught up in that, too.
There is Chad Little sliding to the inside. Brett Bodine being involved in the crash.
Running into Rusty Wallace down there.
I was thinking about the
There he goes to
chest.
the inside wall.
And now
Oh,
from
God,
Rusty
I'm
Wallace's
bored. I'm
onboard
bored
camera.
here.
Rusty tried his best to avoid it. I think he just had nowhere to go at that time. Yeah, Jeff Gordon just went right into it. He had nowhere to
Right
go.
when you think you got it cleared, right when you think you got that wreck cleared, last second, pow.
That's what it's
Oh,
like to
Mike
crash at
Skinner.
190 miles an hour. Now this is Mike Skinner.
Nice blocking skills, Mike
He
Skinner.
knows he's in trouble when you get on the grass.
You just pulled your best Danica impression.
He comes up the racetrack, and that causes everybody else to hit the brakes, lose control, and causes a multi-car
Wow,
crash
Burton barely
here
squeaked
at
in.
Talladega.
Skinner clipped Gordon as he was passing by. That's what caused Gordon to go into Rusty Wallace, and I believe it was Ernie Irvin on the outside.
Yeah, right when the wreck happened, I thought...
Thanks very
I
much,
thought
Robin,
that
and
Gordon
welcome back to
probably got,
Talladega as we
got,
are
like,
still
tapped the
under
right
caution.
rear,
The
or just
debris
got
still
loose,
being
but I
cleaned
didn't
up
think
at
I
the
just
end
got
of the
the entire
backstretch
right
where we
side
had a
of the car
multi-car
split.
accident involving, among others, Jeff Gordon. John Kernan.
And Jeff Gordon's Rainbow Warriors are working feverishly on the car, trying to
Jeff
get it
Gordon
out onto
interviewed
the
Jeff
racetrack. Jeff, when something happens in front of you, you have no time to react, do you?
Well, you've got some time, but there's not a whole lot of options as to what you can do. I saw Skinner and the 20 get down in the grass. I knew it was only time, you know. And they just keep running guys lower. He started to come back up, and I saw him, and I didn't know exactly what to do. I was trying to get on the brakes, and I saw a small hole, and I tried to go for it, and it just closed up, and the car turned around. The last thing you want to happen, you turn right in front of traffic going that fast. So we tore up the race car pretty good. It's unfortunate, but I think we can get at least back out there. But, you know, man, we're not having too great of luck this year, but, you know, that's what it takes to win a championship. You can't get caught up in things like that. You've got to have things going your way. You got to have your engine blown up before they start the race, and then get it fixed and get back out there. You know what I mean?
Well, it's good to see Jeff Gordon is okay and
He's
still has a sense of
smiling,
humor,
though.
but the crew has a lot of work to do.
As do several other teams to get their cars repaired and back into competition. Well, this is what happened to caution flying on the
There's the Lone Star, Mike Skinner and
The
Tony
caution's
Stewart.
at
Those
49,
two cars
so
getting
Mike
together,
was
get
the
on the
closest.
grass. And it rained last night.
Again, the first caution.
Knowing how we see Jeff Gordon going across the racetrack in front of traffic.
Oh,
wide open. I mean, he basically never got to back off the gas. Watch Sterling Marlin. See what happens to him as he goes through the crash.
But look at him. He's just slowing down immediately.
Now, he's already backed off. But his spotter's really on the ball. He is already backed off. Car's on the outside crashing. Car's on the inside. And all of a sudden,
I can't see.
Sterling said, where'd the racetrack go? Let me go
I can't see a
feeling
thing.
my way. Ha! Made it through. What a great job. Now, look at Jeff Burton on these slow speeds. Smoking so bad.
As long as he's on the accelerator, he's okay. But when he backs off, we have huge puffs of smoke coming from Jeff Burton's car. We will get a report on him and several others who were involved in this crash on the 49th lap at the DieHard 500.
A lot of laps under yellow here, but that's understandable because they're trying to clean up the track.
A 7-car crash on the 49th lap here at Talladega has put us under caution.
Yeah.
Now, emotions run very high, not only on the racetrack, but also back in the garage area. Now, when they move Mike Skinner's car back into the garage area, watch what happens as the workers free the car.
He's going to get up and try. See, they were trying to get the hood to the air not to blow the hood back, so they had some bungee cords on it. He was up there just to take the bungee cords off, and he stood up on the nose of the race car, and Larry McGriddle said, "Man, get off my car right now!"
Get off my car.
And go ever.
And they continue to work on the lone Chevrolet. The suspension is good. They believe the transmission is good. They want to replace the nose piece. They're going to spot weld that. Mike Skinner, you've had great success here, but not today. Walk us through what happened back there.
Well, it was just a racing deal, you know. I guess Tony Stewart had a little run on us there and maybe got a little bit anxious and got into the back of the old Chevrolet, and we went for a hell of a ride back there. But, you know, we're going to get this low Chevy back out, do the best we can. I know he never would do that on purpose, so, you know, it's just one of those racing deals. What can we say? We'll get back out there and get all the Winston Cup points we can and get Lowe's a little more recognition.
Those normally don't happen early in the race, Mike.
Well, I seen a guy named Mike Skinner do stupid stuff like that his rookie year, so I can't say nothing.
This team is racing for the championship. They will try and get back out on the track and get some points to John Kernan.
Rusty Wallace is in the garage here talking to members of the media. Rusty, you said you kind of expected that to happen. It was a little too wild out there for the few laps before that.
Yeah, it really was. It got way too wild early, and you expect it to happen at Talladega. You hope it doesn't. And I had a good car. I got shuffled to the back early. I thought Earnhardt had a problem early. I was running second, and he pulled over and motioned to 31 to go by him. I said, boy, he must have went on 7. So I shot that outside to go with the 31, and when that happened, he picked the throttle back up. I guess he was just letting the 31 lead 5 laps or something. They get 5 points. But boy, that move right there got me behind. And I got all the way to back. Then I got back up to the front. But everybody was running 3, and then sometimes 4 wide. And like I say, you knew it was going to happen. You just didn't know when. And when I saw guys down the back straightaway in the grass, I expected it.
Well, Rusty is okay. His crew is working on the car, trying to get it back out there.
I don't think Wallace ever wanted to speedway race because I don't
Greg Zippodelli is the crew chief for Tony Stewart. Greg, from talking with Tony, what is your take on what happened back there?
He just said that Skinner started to cut down on him, crowded him. We got down in the grass and they touched. When we were in the grass and the 31 was in the grass. I mean, it's a shame the Home Depot 20 was running real well today. And we'll just have to be patient and work our way back to the front.
Damage on your car?
It doesn't look like anything serious. Looks like around the headlight doors, a little bit of damage, but the balance is still intact. Right
All right, that's Greg Zippodelli on the Tony Stewart car. Back to Bill.
Jeff Burton qualified 3rd, but had to start 43rd after an apparent oil leak early in this race before the green flag ever came out. Frank Stoddard is his crew chief. You're 29th now. What is the condition of your engine?
The motor's great. There's not any problem at all. We just came in and checked it to see what the oil level was, just in case. Oil level was fine. It was within 1/8 of an inch of where we started the race. We went ahead and threw a cord in just to be precautious about anything developing later on in the race, and we already had the cover of fire. But it's going to be a good day. I don't see any problem with the motor. The guys, it's unfortunate the thing's smoking. Really not sure what it is. The guys did a great job building these motors this year, and they worked hard on them, and real proud that the Exide car is running as good as it is today.
This could be the most dangerous part of the race for you because it doesn't seem to have the problem at full speed.
No, it doesn't have the problem at full speed. It's only when he lets off for some reason. There may be just a little small pinhole somewhere in the intake or intake.
Elliott Sadler's the only
think it can get any worse. I'm looking forward to the rest of the day, just trying to stay out of trouble and finish this thing.
Green flag is about to come out once again. The cars on the lead lap are lined up to the outside of that.
That's what she said. Hold on. Wait, never mind. Anyways, let's get back to the race.
Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Thank God it has the double file restart.
Bro, honestly, I prefer single file restarts on intermediate tracks, but I don't prefer single file on restricted plates. Double file on short tracks too is good, but I think if it's single file on like a Charlotte or Atlanta, it's fine.
Bobby Labonte and Terry Labonte, the front three, followed by then Dale Earnhardt and Michael Waltrip.
You saw that damage on the nose of Ward Burton's Caterpillar car on Pit Road.
If they're remaking Jeff Woodard, I wouldn't mind a single file restart like the Bristol.
Pit Road, not in the crash on the back end. Never seen.
Oh, not
Ward. Right front fender, nose piece on Ward Burton's car.
That's what I guess I want to get the 22 Caterpillar car.
Meanwhile, John Andretti, Bobby Labonte, Terry Labonte, Dale Earnhardt, Michael Waltrip, the front five.
John Andretti would win the, I'm pretty sure John Andretti won the 97 or 98 Pepsi 400 at Daytona.
He has moved from 20th to 14th in the point standings as a result of his win last weekend in Martinsville.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
There's Earnhardt trying to get the outside lane working.
Here's a Napa field summary showing you the point standings right now. These will change as the afternoon goes along.
You can just tell how fast Earnhardt is. Look at this run.
Terry Labonte has moved up 2 positions.
What a move. He's crossing by on the outside and wins the inside now.
Another charge as he has drafting help from Michael Waltrip and others.
Dale was really good at
on the outside the same way he did in the hour-lock race yesterday. Here comes Andretti back up off the corner, and look how close those cars are. And here comes Michael Waltrip.
He got 10
and slowed down. Michael said, "Come on, guys."
Three wide. Here's Dale Jerry.
Here comes Mikey.
Here comes Turner.
Oh, look at Mark Martin.
Here comes Mark.
Mark Martin charge up behind the on the low side, but now Andretti is in the
what happened to Stewart? He fell back.
Behind here. Right along with Mark Martin's Valvoline Ford as he closes up on the back of Terry Labonte.
Oh, look at this.
Great run. He's going to try to make it
3 wide almost.
Sure looks like it.
And y'all thought it was going to be easier since that wreck, he was like, oh, maybe some tamer. No.
Still 3 abreast through the corner. That's Martin, Terry Labonte, and Ricky Rudd. 1, 2, 3.
John Andretti, STP Pontiac, still caught in the middle.
And the 20 car of Tony Stewart is incidentally indicated. The car apparently not damaged a great deal as a result of the crash.
He's having a great day so far.
On Wally Dallenbach, Jerry.
Bob, one of our early leaders, Dallenbach, made 4 different stops.
And Reddy fell back that
That
night.
incident over in the backstretch. The fender brace in the right front was actually broken loose. They had some sheet metal. Pop over to the brace back in position. They put a couple of tape patches. The nose of the car,
Look
the hood
at,
actually is
look
pushed
at Wally
down.
all the way
The
back
car
there
not
in
nearly as
31st.
aerodynamic or fast as it was earlier, but he is trying to hang on the lead lap, currently in 31st position of the 33 cars that are on the lead lap. They made some repairs, but need another
This is like
flag
when
to get
the,
some more
I
repair
hate
work
to
done
use a
on the
reference
right
like this,
front
but
fender.
this is like when there's
Dallenbach led
NSCS
5
comment to
laps
qualify,
earlier in the
and the
race.
guys that commented it like up in the top 5 or
see the
10
damage
don't
on the
show up for the
front end of
race.
the car and
This
the
is
teeth
literally
that is going
a good example. They just fall straight to the back, almost, right after time. But while he does have damage,
it continues to be Dale Earnhardt looking for his second victory here at Talladega this weekend. Jarrett runs in second spot. It's Michael Waltrip.
Looks like it.
In third, then Mark Martin.
Dale show in
The
front.
outside line for him.
Dale.
Is at the front of it.
It was pretty. It was pretty cool to ask Todd Parrott about the Dale Jarrett's
Jarrett's
him
quality care car.
96 Daytona 500.
To begin with, they made some changes. He is up to speed now.
It looks like the Fords
First race is a crew chief. First race is a crew chief and wins the 500.
Martin's in fourth, so right now we've got
That's very impressive.
Yeah, that is actually very impressive.
Also very impressive.
Who will celebrate his 48th birthday on Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
He has led the most laps so
by
far.
the way, I do
26.
have another really cool guest coming on the show sometime soon. I'm not going to say his name, but he is well known as well.
Within 5 seconds of each other in the top 10, Earnhardt,
He's
Terrence,
really
Rossi,
good.
Martin, Rudd, Wallace, Labonte, Stewart, and Hampton. Next Saturday, 2 o'clock Eastern Time, we'll bring you the Auto Club 300 for the Busch Series Grand National Division at California Speedway, where Dale
Kentucky
Earnhardt
Derby
Jr.
fell
is the
off.
defending
I don't
champion.
know.
And
I
then at
just feel like
4:30
it's falling
live,
off. It's
the
not as interesting as it used to
125th
be.
Run for the Roses at Churchill Downs. That's next Saturday here
like
on
an hour.
ABC.
It's literally like 3 hours of pre-race and then like, what,
hustled to the back.
5-10 minutes of actual racing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All day.
He and Michael Walker trying to go to the front.
YouTube of people taking finishes of past Kentucky Derby that are somewhat entertaining. Doing like playing like announcement of the finish of a Kentucky Derby, like finish of a NASCAR
This is
race.
Bobby Labonte's view, and up ahead.
What about Mikey up there?
Teammates. These two cars, the number 20 Home Depot. And
Oh, there's Mark Martin up in second, though.
meanwhile, we've got Dale Earnhardt and Dale Jarrett trying to hook up, trying to get to the
There
front.
was a derby in Kentucky where he can race on Brad Keselowski.
Practice lap, bro. There you go.
And right now, in front of Tony Stewart is Kenny Wallace. Great
Bro,
run for
before-
Kenny Wallace and Square D car. Now,
before the
Rich Bickle
Alberts
on the
account-
inside, trying to go to the front.
Before the other onboards account,
take over that.
our old one got taken down, Brad Keselowski would look at her posts like every
Last
time.
week at
He even looked at her stories
Kenny
too.
Wallace gained the most positions from start to finish. He started 34th and finished 6th.
If I see Dale Jr. again sometime soon, I need to tell him about what happened because he's probably not gonna. He probably has no clue what happened at all.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I'll be able to see him sometime either this year or next year. I can tell him about what
Michael
happened.
Walters is the 9th leader that we have had in the race so far in the first 68 laps. Dale Earnhardt has led the most.
Okay, 3 of y'all talking at once. Can one of y'all go?
Seriously, shut up. You guys don't need to talk like 3 at once.
Mike,
Gary
hey,
LaPlante in
yo.
the Kellogg's
Anyway,
car,
someone go.
trying to work his way back to the front. I think he's been as high as about 7th or 4th. Got shuffled in the back now, trying to work his way back to the front.
Bro, no one's
Started
speaking,
back in the
dude.
27th position.
Bro, what do y'all say what y'all were trying to
We
say?
have John Andretti with
Did you say that you're going to the
his
Marshall
teammate
race
Kyle
on
Petty
Sunday?
on his back bumper.
I wish,
Did you see
but
Dave
no.
Marcus go in the middle there? And Bobby Labonte just had to slam it
I
right
thought
off
you
the
said that you
gas.
were.
I was thinking about it, but the ticket prices went up, and, you know, I was wanting to go with somebody.
Despite the fact that he is 58
That was
years
my
old,
problem, too.
Mark is
Tickets
still
were so
not
much
able to
money.
drive a race car.
Bro, Mike, you know I would have bought your ticket if you would have came.
Dude, I wouldn't have wanted you to. It was so much. I literally checked it because Martinsville is only like 4 or 5 hours away from me.
It's only 1.5 for me, so I wouldn't mind buying your ticket.
The incident involving the tow truck and
$6?
on the racetrack.
Yeah, and I bought tickets for the 600. The 600 tickets were like 100.
I don't want you spending that kind of money on me. No way.
Nah, dude, it's okay, man.
I know that might sound but $86 for me for to go to an outdoor race, that doesn't sound half bad.
I spent 100.
You gotta understand.
Two cars
You gotta understand that I gotta buy
during that
tickets for
caution. We have not
3
told you
people.
about. Darrell Waltrip was up front for 2
I was
laps.
gonna
and
buy
Robert
tickets
Presley
for my whole
also
family,
credited
basically.
with leading one lap.
Anyways, back to the race, Mark Martin. That's the race.
And right there in front of Mark, just right in front of that 7 car is 5 bonus points for Mark Martin. Just right in front of
Bro,
that
I
7
spent
car.
like over 100 or so
Very
on the
important, of course.
Coke 600 tickets.
For the run
I
for the
didn't mind it.
championship.
Each driver that leads this race will receive 5
Now, what was
bonus
Keith
points.
trying to say before everyone talked at once also?
The driver who leads the most laps in
Oh,
races.
yes. Yes, what I was trying to say is Rich Bickle in the 45 Talladega Motorsports, actually. Talladega Motorsports, the team's success was about as big as the Talladega company.
And Kenny Wallace is working his way back right almost in the front bumper.
They got one win with Johnny Benson, and then basically just disappeared. Oh, wait, no, that was MVP.
Again, as Dallenbach goes to the inside.
So, quick question real quick. So, we had that one wreck earlier, and the racing's still been really exciting.
And days in the wind tunnel to get your car aerodynamic. That thing is less than perfect aerodynamically, but Dallenbach's car is still running well.
Well, his biggest assist right now is that car directly in front of him. As long as he can stay in that draft, he'll let that 43 car break the air for him. Let's go inside with Dallenbach and see, just touching the brake, down the back, keeping his left foot right on top of the brake. He'll never back off the throttle. You can hear. He never backs off, but to slow the car down, touches that brake.
Got up to almost 40% of brake at one point, still in the teens and 20s. Jerry Punch has more.
After the accident, one of the crew members was concerned about all the time they spent massaging that car in the wind tunnel to get it ready to come here. And asked the crew chief, Tony Furr,
because he don't want to run into the back.
He reached down and put about 20 feet of duct tape and took a pry bar to the hood. He said, it's fixed. Oh.
He already has damage from the wreck earlier, too, so he's trying not to overheat.
Dallenbach running in 15th position.
Oh, Stewart's working his way back up.
What a mess.
Labonte fell all the way back to like 20.
We have 32 cars that are running within 3 seconds of each other. Everybody staying tightly bunched here.
You can see just how close they
Michael
are.
Waltrip's been leading a lot of laps, actually, in the 7th car.
Yeah.
Between Terry Labonte and number 5, DieHard.
Same, I forgot the team name too. He's always been good.
And the 31 car repairs have been made apparently, and he is reporting to, or hopes to report to the race before too long, but they need a little bit more duct tape on that car.
I'll get some more duct tape on there.
Nowadays, NASCAR, 10-minute caution clock.
Michael Waltrip, and we'll be back after these messages.
Exactly.
And a word from our ABC station.
Live look at current conditions from your 24-hour forecast station.
He's having a great run so far.
Number 49. There was contact between Mike Skinner and Tony Stewart, and it caused a chain reaction that involved 9 cars. Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace, Chad Little, Ernie Irvin, Brett Bodine, Tony Stewart, and Jeremy Mayfield. And this big one, and let's hope that is the only big one we have today, has come considerably earlier than in some of the past races. You can see there that most of the time these big crashes happen well after the 125 lap mark, except for the DieHard in 96 when it occurred on lap 104. So let's hope that it is the last wreck we will have of that description here this afternoon. Mike Skinner is back on the racetrack.
They repaired the car, and before he could go back out, he reported to his pit area and sit there with the NASCAR officials until the NASCAR finally released him to go on the track.
Oh, look, it's way back when he had more hair.
2 laps after he came back out
Why
onto
does
his
Mike
pit
Skinner
stop.
look like he's going 60 miles an hour?
Because he is.
He's going to get blown by a minute. Yeah, they're coming
Right now, we have a 4-car breakaway. The 4 leaders, that's Michael Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt, Tony Stewart, and Dale Jett. But here is Terry Labonte all the way back to about 32nd.
Terry Labonte leading this group of cars. That is Jeff Burton up on the high side, and Burton's car again continues to
wow, top 4 pulled away. Reminds me of this reminds me of the 1992 Talladega race where the top 4 pulled away and there was like a second pack.
Track interval, you see that Michael Waltrip the leader, and 13th John Andretti. He started just a shade over a half second behind, and now he's 2.1 seconds behind. And look at that last lap. He almost gained a full second. Michael Waltrip on John Andretti just that one lap.
For some sort of knockoff team. I'm not even sure.
Some good racing is continuing there. 4 wide once again down the backstretch. That's Jeremy Mayfield in the 12 car.
That's not doing it. That's a 12.
Back and
It's
Mayfield
okay.
is a couple of spots. And look at Dave Marcus up on the high side.
Yeah, Puerto Rico. They do look similar.
Somehow need to get organized, or they're never going to run.
Oh, Kyle Petty with this slingshot.
3 wide, 3 abreast, and just side by side. car right in the middle of that.
Almost 5 rows there.
There's Kenny Schrader, the pole sitter, the stole car right behind Dallenbach.
Boy, there was almost some contact between Marcus and Dallenbach last time through the tri-oval, but everybody survived. They continue to run 3 abreast, though. Kyle Petty, Ken Schrader, Dave Marcus.
That's Kyle and John Andretti, the Petty Enterprises teammates working pretty well together.
Yeah.
Kyle Petty moves
right as I say that, Kyle Petty abandons his teammate.
As Mike Skinner is passed by.
Mike Skinner.
And that, it'd be funny if you just pulled right from the track and
see the trial section of the racetrack.
Mike Page. Maybe LePage.
I was about to say full LePage before
Later in the 33 comes Mark Martin. Sterling Martin in the 40. John Andretti, who led this race for 9 laps.
Did you say Leonard Skinner?
I was about to say, hold on, remind me.
With Bobby Labonte, who's right in the middle of this mess.
Oh, yes,
About 15th, 16th position. Now see the cars are getting lined up in single file.
It's just like, imagine like he comes up the track, walks everybody in turn.
Here's another Hardee's Field summary, and now the positions are going to change due to the fact that we had that accident. Some guys are going way back in the stands. Talladega into the fourth spot in points.
We're at Talladega, so I mean that actually isn't this Sonoma, Alabama, so it would actually make sense.
3 to 7.
Yeah, looks like the top few drivers have really pulled away, so now it's starting to get a little boring.
It's not boring at all. I don't know
Top 10 in points was Jeff
I said a little boring, not extremely boring, because this race is not that
He was
bad.
on the 3-wide action. He was on the 3-wide action, and it'll still be entertaining.
At season's end, he will be the first rookie to finish in the top 10.
Good old Kevin LePage underperforming in Russian.
80.
There's no body driving. There's like a certain somebody drive for SA drive this year.
Cole Custer?
Freezing
Yeah.
cluster.
And that's
I
what
actually
they got
did
to
hear
do,
though
Billy,
that
as you
Cole
pointed
Custer
out.
might
They're
be
going to get left
released
behind.
after this
Right
season.
now, they're about 5
Probably
seconds behind the leader.
Probably a good idea, but he's still a talented
Oh,
driver.
yeah.
So we have
Yeah, the guys
cars
go.
in a breakaway, and then we have about 8 more running nose to tail. They're the
Bro, the
top
top-
4. Then there's the top 4 right there.
You see
Now
how
we get
far
back
apart
to this.
everyone is now? That's crazy.
Some of the cars are all organized, but they're trying to figure out who's going to get in line right now.
We're about,
fall back and get in line.
We're about probably close to
And Bill Ellis is one of those guys that said, come on, guys, get in line. But
You see the line way ahead, and again, the word patience comes to mind, because if these drivers were a little more patient and would get in line, they could draft back up. But right now, they're not able to do
Jeffrey
that.
Bodine, probably Joe Bessie's team that unfortunately folded because of the sponsorship issues.
Larry McReynolds and Richard Childress
Look at
are
this,
still
they're face to
talking it
face.
over. NASCAR official also standing right there listening to
Look
the
at the
conversation.
officials. The officials are looking at him like, what are y'all doing?
Well, what they were waiting for when Mike Skinner went out on the racetrack was for him to find one other car to run with. Richard Childress had said, don't run with that lead pack. We don't need to be there. Find a car you can run with. So Skinner pulled to the inside and ran a slow speed. Then when the lead pack went by him, he was able to hook on to the tail end of that pack. Now the point is, he's telling Childress and Larry McReynolds his car is fast enough to pass some of those other guys, but they feel the best place for him right now might be to follow rather than try and work his way forward.
Yeah,
Skinner is 30 laps
we are
down,
about
running in the 38th position. This looks something like something out of a movie. It's Rusty Wallace returning as Miller Lite 4 to the racetrack, but it doesn't look much like a race car. But he will get out and complete a few laps to gain more points. 86 laps are completed at the DieHard 500.
Alabama, where it started playing in my mind, coincidentally.
Rusty Wallace is brought back in dude buggy on the racetrack
Talladega,
again.
where the DieHard 500
Oh, look, Dale Jarrett's going for the lead. My pick.
Dale Jarrett taking a shot of the lead on the low side of the racetrack, and Jarrett tries to get the lead away from Michael Waltrip. He's at the top side.
Oh, wow, okay, I have seen some of this race, but I don't know who
leads this lap.
Terry Labonte caught this
How do you not know who wins, but you've seen some of the race?
Because I've seen some of the race, and I just didn't get to finish it.
You have to interrupt people.
Trying to get some drafting help from Labonte to go to the front, and he did. And now he's trying to take the lead.
Oh, is the stream still running, by the way? Because my light
is right now
on my camera.
That lap is too close to call. The computer showing that Jarrett led that lap, but he now has taken the lead from Michael Waltrip. Bill Weber is down in the Mike Skinner pit.
With crew chief Larry McReynolds.
Has it said like over an hour?
Now there's a lot of emotion on pit road as well as on the racetrack. Larry, walk us through what happened when your car came down on the tow truck.
Well, you know, we was pulled up, but record drivers, I know they're here doing a job, but they did a lot more damage than Tony Stewart and the racetrack did to it. There's just no sense in that, you know. I know they're here doing a job. We got a job to do. But
all right, that's good.
There weren't so many laps down. I know we provoked it in the beginning of the wreck.
That's fine. That's fine. It's midnight. Allow it.
That's just part of it, you know. I hated it. I thought we had a car good enough to win this race. I'm not very happy with Mike Skinner right now about what happened over there. It was awfully early in the race with that. I hope the gift bunch is not very happy with Tony Stewart because a lot of good race cars got taken out, especially this 31 team. But we'll just keep digging. We're going to get us a win with this car. There's just no way around it.
When you say you're not happy with Mike, can you explain that, Larry?
Well, I just think it was awfully early in the race for what was going on over there on the backstretch to be going on. And again, I'm not blaming anybody to walk off the side of a mountain for the driver I work for, but
Mayfield was back in like 20th or so, and now
the
he's
kid that's in trouble. He better hope this race lasts a long time because I'm going to get him when it's over.
Every time I see that 12 car, I keep thinking, what is Ryan doing? Oh, wait a minute. Now he's doing. Before Newman came in to NASCAR, I think.
Dale Jarrett, however, did get credit for leading one lap.
I think at that time, David may have been running
the 5 bonus points. That's the third race that Dale Jarrett has led in 1999. Second in points after starting off back in 37th position in the point standings after Daytona.
And Terry Labonte is slow up on the high side of the racetrack. The start came off turn 2 and almost was run into by the road car. We see him in the lucky there was a gap. He was able to get down.
John Curtin.
Terry Labonte just radioed his crew and said it broke something. He says he thinks the flywheel came off of it. Right now, he'll be heading on to pit road. They just asked him if the motor was broken, but he says no, something flew out of it in the drive line. So he's headed to pit road to check it out. To Bill Weber. Joe Nemechek qualified very well for this race, got trapped in traffic, fell to the rear of the field, and now has either a carburetor or a fuel-related problem. He has an inconsistency in the engine. He is well off the pace.
We see Kenny Irwin back on the racetrack. He was another involved in that crash over the back. You see not a lot of damage to his car, but it also...
You know what's weird? You know what's... You know what I find really weird right now? Kenny Irwin Jr. is driving the 28, and he would end up driving the 42.
Once again, now we have a 3-car breakaway of sorts as everybody else behind those top 3 are running side by side. It's Mayfield and Mark Martin running 4th and 5th. Now, we might update you the number 2 car, Rusty Wallace, which we showed you a few minutes ago, back on the racetrack. It has been ordered off the racetrack by NASCAR.
Because he could not maintain an acceptable speed. But by making that one extra lap, if Jeff Gordon doesn't get back out, he beats Jeff Gordon. If the 97 car doesn't get back out, he beat him. Also the 36 car. So at least they were able to pick up 8 or 9 points by going back out. 6 or 9 points, or 6 or 9.
Mike, so Mike, have you enjoyed this race more so far?
Rich Bickle, who continues to have a good run. He's running 8th at the moment. Want to remind you that coming up next, Pace Supercross, as Paul Page will have the report from the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. Next to the last race of the 1999 season for Supercross.
We get later in the race, like at the end, I'll let you know.
3, 4, 5 car, and there's Dave Marcus trying to follow him.
Yeah.
Time by Dave Marcus, credited for 9th spot.
Oh, hang on, come back.
All right. It's amazing that Jeff Burton's car, that Exide car back on the very right of your screen, number 99.
back to the lead with Dale behind him.
No smoke with speed at 190 miles per hour, but at 10 miles per hour, smokes.
Yeah, we're halfway through the race
in Alabama.
John has more on Terry Labonte.
The crew is now going to change the rear gear. They put up on full jack stands. Terry fired it up, put it in gear, but the rear wheels did not turn, so they determined that the rear gear has broken
what
all
happened to
5
these
cars.
wheels? Bro, how can they get rid
Past
of
the
these
halfway
wheels?
mark, 97 laps completed. The halfway
Single
mark was 90.
lug nuts is not
Take a look now on our Bud
Yeah,
Race Recap.
exactly.
Dale Earnhardt, the leader. 35 of 97 laps led for Earnhardt. We've had 14 late changes, just one caution period for 8 laps, but it did eliminate or at least seriously damage a lot.
Yeah, I
of
find
good
it
race
crazy. So the average speed it says right now is 166. Earlier it was around 190. I guess that was the reason why it went that low is because of that caution and how long that caution was. It really lowered the average speed down.
Presley leading a lap under caution.
That's a bunch of pit stops, too.
Led 2 laps under the caution. And cars off the track. Terry Labonte just went there. They're still trying to prepare Jeff Gordon and Ernie Irvin.
Off the track, and I'm assuming everyone else that's off the track is out of the race.
3 cars officially in that category. Rusty, Chad, and Brett.
So Rusty went out on the track and then he came back in.
And we see Michael Waltrip trying to get alongside Dale Jarrett, taking that second spot. Meanwhile, we've got Dale Jarrett hooked up together, a couple of horses on the outside.
Oh, look at that run on the inside by Kyle Petty.
We almost had
Went to the inside and picked up the spot. Up meanwhile, it's Jarrett with a good run on the high side of the racetrack.
But Dale and Dale go up, right?
Come on, Martin right behind him. Here it comes.
Bro, look at everyone just pulled away. Like the top 16 just pulled away from everyone else.
Yeah, seen with a good side drive from Dale Jarrett, but he won't be able to clear. Oh, wait, yes, he will now. Here we go. Marking out in second.
I think all of our picks are in the top 3 except for
That's his best shot to lead a
Wallace.
lap. But meanwhile, he's got Dale Jarrett side by side and Earnhardt trying to drive away from him.
It's sunny there off the backstretch.
My pick is leading right now.
Earnhardt finished second in this year's Daytona 500.
Here comes Jeff Burton. He's on the inside of Kyle Petty now. He's alongside. Kyle takes a spot away. Got Jeff Burton and Mark Martin, teammates hooked up together on the inside, the 6 and the 99.
Watching cars move through the north end of the racetrack from the Pennzoil Copter Cam.
In Dale Earnhardt's pit, they have been blocking the pack like every other race team does. Now, what they have figured out is that the packs are faster when Earnhardt is leading. Sometimes he will fall back in the pack to help his fuel mileage. But what Dale wants now is someone to simply stick on his bumper as Dale Jarrett cuts to the inside. But he says if someone will stay on the bumper, we'll go. But if nobody goes with me, I can't go alone. He should pit in between 8 and 10 laps.
Here comes Mark Martin.
Pit stops coming up here before too much longer. But right now, the great racing shows that Dale Jarrett is being pushed to the front by Michael Waltrip.
Mark Waltrip got up there. Now Christian's pick is leading now.
Jarrett is going to come down and lead.
1999 Series champion Dale Jarrett in the credit union is that what the sponsor is?
Quality auto.
In four spots.
Whoa, that was close. Dale about chopped off
to
Michael.
the top of the racetrack, and look at those hands back and forth.
He's got a battle on his hands, that's for sure.
You got the 18 with you.
Look at those hands.
Say hi, you got the 18 with you.
Look at how
Brad
is wheeling
Knopfler,
the
the
car.
spotter for Dallenbach.
Himself a former sprint car driver. Well, there goes Mark Martin to the inside, passing Wally.
I think that's.
And here comes
I don't
Burton.
know. It has to do with
Evidently,
some power.
the 18 car left him out to drive.
Yeah, it was
Joe
something better on
Gibbs
black.
watching their drivers here with 101 laps completed at Talladega.
Kyle Petty said 43rd up to 10th. He's the biggest mover of the day so
Crew
far.
chiefs continue to talk to car owners, plotting strategy here as pit stops get close. There's Joe Gibbs, owner of the 18 and the 20. Larry McReynolds and Richard Childress talks things over down in their pit area. Everybody
Why does it
looking
look
for
like
that
red
advantage
ball?
as we get close to pit stops. Dale Jarrett continues to lead the race. We have a lot more for you next weekend. Friday, we'll have Bud Cole qualifying from California on ESPN2. The Auto Club 300 for the Busch Series is here on ABC next Saturday at 2 Eastern. Happy hour coverage on the news at 11 o'clock next Saturday night. Then on Sunday, RPM today is at 11:30. NASCAR today at 1:30. And the California 500 presented by Napa. Roger Penske's California Speedway at 2 o'clock here on ABC. Pit stops have started. Dave Marcus, the first to come in. He is about to exit the track after completing his stop. He's been running up in the top 10 almost throughout this race, and the last time he had a top 10 was in April of 1994 at Bristol.
And the field goes by, so right now Dave Marcus will be a lap down as he makes his pit stop and maintains.
Man, Marcus is running so well, now he's a lap down. That's a shame.
Right along with the fifth place car,
Broadcasters on ABC.
There you see
on the ABC network. You don't see that much nowadays.
Yeah. The 8 car, Ricky Craven was running in 26th position. He comes in for a pit stop. It's the Marks. We anticipate the leaders pitting this lap or next lap. Let's see what happens as they move.
I preferred it when it was on ABC compared to FS1 or NBCSN.
It's national TV. It was ESPN coverage. Alan Mesquith.
Ricky Craven exits pit road.
It's cool. A lot better.
75 of Musgrave. Both those cars will go a lap
down.
There's
Dale.
Well, I got it.
So obviously,
I gotta say that because ESPN nowadays means that's for coverage anymore.
Jared is going to make a pit stop.
Alan Mesquith.
He talked to Todd Perry in the corner.
I love this backstretch shot. Still. I wish they should have. I wish they would still do that.
From the interest of
that was cool too. And there's Mark Martin in second place along with
Todd Perry telling Dale he's got to get slowed down pretty quickly because they're almost
right down to third.
And Earnhardt
pit stops. Here we go. Green flag.
Uh-oh. Pitting time.
Mark got left out the drive. Mark's going to lose a lot of ground here since he's not with the pack. He stayed out.
Yeah, over here. Stop so short.
It looks like very, very few people besides Mark stayed out.
As you heard on the scan from his crew chief Todd Perry,
I think Mark
they had talked about making some adjustments, but they decided to make no chassis adjustments to put it in
That's an interesting tactic they used to have on.
No adjustments for Dale Earnhardt. He gets 4 tires of fuel. Obviously, they can't reach the finish from here. Kenny Wallace is pitted right in front of him. He also gets 4 tires. Earnhardt is the lead to Terry Pond.
Only had right side tires when he left with a catch can, which backed
33 got out first, but he lost it.
And there goes the tire. There goes the tire off the truck. And I think I'm going to get another gas can.
Nowadays, someone
gas can back in 99 at penalty.
Nowadays, someone would get suspended for like 4 races.
To get those 5 bonus points along with teammate Jeff
But was that generally a penalty back in those days?
This time as he heads down pit road.
Well, I knew it was in
Valvoline
2000s,
Taurus.
but I don't know about
Martin comes
1999.
in. Now, Jimmy Finnig and the Valvoline crew go across the wall. They are trying to get some water and some cold towels into Martin. They will peel away the tearaway windshield. Right side tires are on. 1 can of fuel in. They have to clean the rubber off the front grill. Off the left front tire. They get it on. Lug nuts tighten. Now the jet. Martin comes back down at 65 miles an hour.
Oh, Bill Elliott got it. Better stop than Mark did. Oh!
Steve just off of the well, not quite to the first turn.
He's trying to turn to get behind the wall so the caution flag doesn't come out. He's looking for the opening. And he's going behind the wall that will not cause the caution flag.
Wow.
I just looked over and he was
sideways, but he
so
did
nowadays.
behind the wall. Jeff Gordon has made some repairs to his car, and he goes back out on the racetrack. Right now he's shown in 40th position. He was
a rare
in the
gray
pits.
Jeff Gordon.
John Turner.
Yeah, I've never
Steve
seen
Parker
that.
just told his crew that the engine is dead. He can't get it to run. He said that the spotter was saying that it flamed out the exhaust when they try and fire the car up. But he was put behind the wall down there to keep the caution from coming out. But an engine problem for Steve Park. And an update on Jeremy Mayfield. Down here on my end of the pit road, he changed only right side tires, and it picked him up a number of spots.
Steve Park only in his second race here at Talladega. Let's go on the crew cam worn by Joey Benson from Michael Walker.
We need this again. I know they have GoPros. I know they do.
He's holding on, not the gas can, but what is that he's putting into like the leftover oil in
The
there?
catch can, which is oil, I think. Some type of oil.
That thing that helps keep the I think that kind of I'm not sure if it's might be wrong, but I think that kind of helps
gather the
fuel.
First time there, he is making a pit stop, but Nemechek has led his first laps here
I think that is one, but for some reason it's 1 o'clock and I can't think.
Jones pit road. They wanted him to stay out as long as he could. He's finally got some fluctuation.
Well, to be fair, if you're watching the
They're putting on
Pocono
2
race,
right-side
I
tires.
wouldn't
They
be
will
going to
not
bed
wait for
till
the fuel man.
3:30.
The jack's down. So we go to Jerry Punch.
Give a call to the McDonald's crew of Bill Elliott. What a pit stop, 11.3 seconds. 2 right-side tires. They filled up with fuel, and that was for transportation.
Why did he just randomly say Dale?
And Benny Duran
I think he said Dale. It sounded like Dale.
When Wally Dallenbach was trying to pull out of the pit stall, he hit a tire and probably adding to the problems on the front end of that car. But he again has been running very well since being involved in the incident. Well, 112 laps are in the books now, and Ken Schrader, who is the pole sitter here, is shown as the leader of the race with Jeremy Mayfield running second. More after these messages and ABC stations.
90s, I was more likely to have if I was a teenager in the 80s, more than likely.
Whoa! That's a way to come back.
Dr. Jerry Punch back with you at Talladega Super Speedway, and the DieHard 500, 116 of 188 laps are completed. Jeremy Mayfield was in the lead, but now he's getting a challenge from Bobby Labonte, who's up on top.
Dude, I love that thing so much. I want to get a t-shirt. I want to get a t-shirt of that.
On the racetrack.
I have a
Repairs have
diecast.
been completed. Just 22 laps behind.
Let's see who comes down and leads this lap. Mayfield has
Well, we haven't had any cautions in a while. I'm wondering when the next
and
one
the
will be.
28 car of Kenny Irwin we noticed slow on the racetrack a while ago. What's wrong, John?
Good, I say that. The 28,
Tire
which
goes
I'm
flat,
wearing
and whenever the tire came apart and the steel belt tread separated, you can see the damage it did to the left front fender, which is tore completely off. All he had was the inner line left. As you can see, the tire is almost completely
did have damage.
So we're going to be down here for a couple of laps to try and get this fixed up. Because in fact, they shut off the engine, so it'll be a little while before they get back out onto the racetrack.
Oh, man, I mean, it probably was from the damage from the crash.
To be at the front. Here comes Dale Earnhardt, however. Michael Waltrip, Bobby Labonte also running in the front group.
From a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate the race so far?
Summary and see how they fared during their pit stops. Martin from first to third. Jarrett lost 8 positions, but he's been able to draft back up.
I would go with the
also lost a bunch of
7.5.
positions, but he's back up there fighting for the lead.
I want to say 7 because I feel like there could be a little bit more action.
Michael Waltrip from
without
6
so
to
many
13.
giant gaps in the
Look at
field
Tony
and stuff
Stewart
like
and
that.
Dave Martin. We're in the top
It was
13,
different in the
but
90s. They
now
always
way back in the
had
middle of the
seemed to have different packs and stuff like that because
Right now he's
of
in
long green flag
27th
runs.
position.
They would separate. They didn't push because that would cause
and we saw
wrecks.
that during the Busch race yesterday. Does that surprise you?
Not really, because tire wear handling at Talladega is not the premium it is at the racetrack, particularly Daytona. Daytona's a 2.5-mile racetrack, but the cars at Daytona really have to get through the turns, have to handle well. Talladega, it's aerodynamics and horsepower.
Bonnie may try to slingshot it.
We talked about him having an intermittent miss in his engine.
Oh, there goes
and
Dale.
Earnhardt goes for the
Slingshot
lead
it.
and Bobby Labonte.
Slingshot engaged. Just past
They're going to put Jeremy Mayfield a few positions behind. We'll see if he can sneak in between Jarrett and Michael Waltrip. He cannot.
There's a lot of ground right now.
The fourth spot.
The nice number. The nice number to
Fill that
go.
hole between Michael Waltrip and Jarrett. So something told him that Michael had a scene. He did not go down there because he might have made contact and then the crash would have happened. Another big crash.
Dale Earnhardt goes back in.
Darrell Waltrip's a lap down.
You see the fans rise from their feet in the grandstand. This guy still carries that incredible following to every Winston Cup race we go to. Johnny Benson, the next car to be locked.
He's right now 2 laps behind.
That's literally...
So obviously having some problems today in the Cheerios car.
The Hardee's Field summary shows you the manufacturer's battle, which continues to be very tight. Dale Jarrett currently with the highest running Ford. Dale Earnhardt is in the lead of the race in a Chevy. And the highest running Pontiac, well, we're on board with him right now. It's Bobby Labonte in second.
Charlotte won that 14 was so good how the super speedways back in the day.
Bro, Tony Stewart was running so well earlier, and he's now mid-pack.
Ken Schrader and others. Here are the rookie points. Tony Stewart has a commanding lead right now. NASCAR considers the top 15 finishes.
Well, he did the entire year.
To determine a Rookie of the Year award. So far, Tony Stewart has been the best finishing rookie in all but one race in 1999. That was Las Vegas when Buckshot Jones finished highest.
And Schrader,
John Kernan again. I'm sorry, Bill Weber.
I believe if I remember correctly, School after 33
get on Dale Earnhardt's bumper, you would stay there all day. Well, one thing that has frustrated Earnhardt throughout the afternoon is he cannot get anybody to stay back there. Either they try another line or they go around him. Again, we talked about when he took the lead from Mayfield, he got on the radio and told his spotter, he said, tell those guys behind me.
Marlin's almost still, he's like half a lap down.
Bill, those guys don't want to run second. And if you follow that guy, a lot of times that's what's going to happen to you.
I found it crazy that Mike Skinner, they got the car fixed up that quickly because he had a lot of damage on the racetrack.
That last lap was over 194.5. Jeremy Mayfield with the fastest lap that last time by. He is in 6th position. Earnhardt running about 193.3.
The way it's going right now, I think there's probably going to be only 1 or 2 more cautions.
And he leads the 42nd circuit here this afternoon. 15 leaders, 23
I will say, this reminds me a lot of the 92 Talladega race. They had a wreck at one point early in the race, or in the first half of the race, and then the rest of it was just green flag, a lot of single file racing for a lot towards the end, and it came down to pit strategy. So this race so far reminds me a lot of that race, but this one there's been a lot more passing and lead changes.
0.63 seconds behind the leader, Dale Earnhardt.
What?
They need to get that.
Speaking of McDonald's, McRib is coming back soon.
That will help them as
that's
they try to run down Dale Earnhardt. This time we check Dale Earnhardt goes by. Here comes Bill Elliott.
That was released on how the McRib was made.
That will help them.
Yeah, Bobby Hamilton, Kyle Petty, and Joe Nemechek are fighting in behind, and Ricky Craven is off the pace.
We may have a caution like
that has to do to finish a race.
It is incredible. He was running in 23rd position, but has just had all kinds of bad luck this year. He has 4 DNFs in the first 8 races of 1999, the most of any team.
Something is broken on that car. The engine was whatever the heck team that was. The camera down in turn 1, so it's a flat tire or something, because he was really having trouble controlling that car down in turns 1 and 2.
Casinos, maybe?
Post-concussion syndrome at this time last year and missed this event here in Talladega. Back up front continues to be Earnhardt, followed by Bobby Labonte, Dale Jarrett, Michael Waltrip, and the post-hitter Ken Schrader. Nearly 200,000 at Talladega this afternoon for this DieHard 500.
There is 63
that would be us if we were like, that would be us if we were dead. anything.
The NASCAR Winston
Mike, you haven't
season
said anything
rolling
in a
on
while.
here at
Everything
Talladega,
good?
the 9th event of 1999. It's the DieHard 500, and you can keep up to date on all NASCAR divisions. For those of you on the internet, check out www.nascar.com, NASCAR's official website for all the statistics that you ever would find on all NASCAR divisions, including Winston Cup and Busch and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series and others.
I don't think they ever had caught it.
Here at Talladega, an interesting race going on. Dale Earnhardt continues to lead. And Benny, we talked about that second group. Bill Elliott back there in 10th position. We thought maybe with other cars behind him, they would be able to draft up to the leaders here, but that has not been the case.
You know, they've lost ground. You can see where they've lost almost a second, 3/4 of a second. Elliott got one lap. That first one, he lost 2/10. Now let's check out another 5 laps, and we see he's gone from 2.2 to 3 seconds. Another 3/4 of a second behind the leader, Dale Earnhardt.
He's got 5 cars behind him, Elliott does, but still that's not enough of a draft to push him up to this lead group, which comes off the turn 4, backing it onto the tri-oval once again.
By the way, Ricky Craven, I'm told.
So, okay, I have another thing or topic to bring up. So, which driver has impressed you the most this race?
What he did, though, is he lost power. The car just shut off coming off of turn 2. He switched to the backup ignition and things fired, but he lost so much momentum, took him almost a lap to come back up to speed. We thought he was coming on the pit road as well, but that was not the case. He was back in the song, trying to ride in the draft and catch back up toward the front. Let's check in with Bill.
Mike, hands down for me because Mike can't. I mean, Michael wants to look pretty good super speed race, but it was kind of weird to see that 7-car off
vibration. He drove for a little while, said it feels like the left front. He wasn't quite sure what it was.
Yeah, I think,
said it went away, and then it
I think the 7 definitely has caught my eye a good bit because he was back in the mid pack earlier, worked his way up to the lead. Same thing with Mayfield. He kind of fell back really far at one point, and he led some.
Who was the fastest car in practice here a couple of weeks ago? All the cars, or a lot of the cars came down to practice. He was the fastest.
And ironically, going into this race, he and Sterling, Dale Earnhardt and Sterling, have both led the last 10 races here, the only 2 drivers to do so.
21 of Salvage has been
Earnhardt
won
has, of course, the lead
everybody.
right now. Marlin has not.
If that was the last of this event, so, you know, it doesn't surprise me.
Wish for the good old days with Dale Earnhardt. Look, in his first 515 races, his winning ratio was 1 every 7.4 events. And his top 5 ratio, 1 in every 2.
He won like 1 every 7 races. And, oh, we got a corner.
Oh, Terry Labonte.
Oh, Terry.
And that will bring up the caution flag. So now all the cars will be back. We'll have 25 cars
Terry spilled his cornflakes on the floor.
Draft as Earnhardt gets a caution flag, goes on in turn.
Oh, they're racing back to the line, aren't they? Or did they get to the line?
Oh, yeah, I think that's when they still race back to the yellow.
There's
right?
that second pack,
Not
which
like-
now will be
not
able to
like,
close in.
wherever the wreck
Labonte not
happened
showing a
was,
great
like,
deal of damage. There is some to the right side of the car.
The right front tire is flat. I'm guessing that's what caused Labonte to go down the corner and make contact with the wall. There we see him at the very end of the line.
Someone just said,
And he spins. I guess the right rear tire goes down. He spins, goes around, goes up, and smacks the wall just barely with the right front. Something wrong on the car that caused Labonte to spin that way.
As it was.
For only the second time this afternoon, the caution flag is out, and this one for much less of an accident as we had on the 49th
but that one set I was
when we
talking
had
about,
the
Earnhardt
one
won
involving
like
about 9
7
cars.
races. Like, every 7 races you win first like 500 some starts, and then for
Earnhardt at the front of the field with Bobby Labonte running second, Dale
like
Jarrett,
every, like, 100
Michael Waltrip,
like that,
and Jeremy Mayfield are the top 5. While we're under caution, we'll take a break and be back with more live coverage from Talladega here on ABC Sports. Stops being concluded here at Talladega as Earnhardt, Bobby Labonte, and Dale Jarrett all have completed their service and now file out of the pit area. Here's John Kernan.
For Dale Jarrett, it was a 4-tire change in fuel. They made an air pressure adjustment going up 1 pound in the right rear. And his crew chief, Todd Pierce, says, yes, make it the rest of the way to Bill Weber. Well, problems apparently starting to mount for Dale Earnhardt. He has told his crew that he wanted them to check the spindles on the right side side when they pitted that time because he could feel them grinding. He also believes the left front wheel bearing is starting to tear up. He could feel that under caution. Now, Richard Childress told him they checked the car as best they could during that pit stop. Everything looks okay. He wanted to make sure all the wheels were tight. They were. They're going to examine the tires and see if there's any unusual wear. Jerry Punch.
And for Bobby Labonte, 4 tires. Bobby wanted 1 round of wedge, saying the car was a little bit loose on that last run. And guys, they are within their fuel window. They should not need another stop unless we get a caution flag. The Interstate Batteries crew, great pit stop, 4 tires, 1 round of bite, and they should be ready to go to the distance if we stay green.
Well, let's hope we do stay green, and let's hope that everybody's able to run to the finish, and we'll have a good finish like we did yesterday when Terry Labonte beat Joe Nemechek to the checkered flag by 2,000 of a second. The 43 car of John Andretti is shown as the leader right now, and apparently he did not make a pit stop, and Kyle Petty is being shown in the second position with Rich Bickle in third. And we'll have more from Talladega after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Awaiting the green flag to resume our competition here in the DieHard 500. We're under our second caution of the afternoon due to an incident up in turn 3 involving Terry Labonte. Now here is the Coke pit summary. John Andretti came in 7th and came out into the lead. Now apparently these top 6 drivers did make a pit stop. However, they only took 2 tires, thus picking up some track position.
And that's what they're doing, trying to gain that track position. Kenny Wallace goes in 15th and comes out 5th.
First 100 or so laps
goes in 13th, back in 2nd spot. Jimmy Spencer, 16th up to 6th. Now, Dale Jarrett took on 4 tires, running 3rd. He's all the way back to 7th. And we'll see Jeff Burton, he's out still smoking things up. Let's go down to Bill Weber.
Let's take a look at the left front tire of Dale Earnhardt's car. These are the holes where the wheel fits over the studs and then the lug nuts go on top. These should be perfectly round, but you can see there are some wear spots here and a little bit of wear here and here. They believe that perhaps this tire was not securely fastened on the left front. That may have been why Earnhardt felt the vibration. He says he does not feel it now. They have 4 good tires and enough fuel to reach the finish. Gary?
Kenny Schrader back on pit road. They have a problem with the clutch. They have borrowed a CO2 fire extinguisher. They're up underneath the car, trying to shoot the fire extinguisher up to the opening in the bottom of the bell housing to try to cool the clutch off. He came in a moment ago while we were in break. They've used a hose to try to spray water up in there. Kenny said the clutch was slipping, and now have to push him to get it going.
Before the Gen 7. Besides 2017 and that 1 fuel mileage race.
He's the last car
I disagree, but then again, not everyone has to agree. It's their own opinion, but, you know, I just think Pocono has had some bad races over the years, but it definitely used to be really fun to watch back in the early 2010s.
John Andretti, the
I really liked Pocono in the 90s, but I never really liked Pocono after, like, 2002. From, like, 2003 to, like, maybe 2009. Oh, Bumpin' Run! He's in the wall!
Monte Carlo. There's a side that's kind of wild.
Oh, there's still Looney Tunes.
Get another tire!
Oh yeah, that's when collaboration.
Nobody, Mike Blue.
Nobody gave this shit a second.
Green flag is just about to come out as you rejoin us here at Talladega. John Andretti at the front of the field.
And check out about 10th spot back. That's Jeff Burton. Watch this thing slow when he accelerates. It only does it when he's going slow. At speed.
Oh, here we go. Back to green.
As it accelerates, it's fine. But at slow speed, it looks like he's fixing more than
the car smoking started from last position. Car runs well.
Less than an hour left.
Here's the green flag. We are back to racing. We've got 25 cars on the lead
John
lap.
Andretti's back in the lead again. He fell back and then he didn't hit, so he's probably going to get one by.
John Andretti, the winner last week at Martinsville, leading. Kyle Petty in second spot.
And Rich Bickle with a strong performance today is in third spot, followed by...
A few guys behind also didn't hit either.
Well, Bill Elliott was,
true,
but he's getting past
like,
right
you
now.
tell
Here
they're going to
comes
get
Kenny
around.
Wallace.
And Jimmy Spencer going with Kenny Wallace.
Kenny Wallace in third. Oh wait, no, that's not Kenny Wallace in 55. Is it?
Trying to hang on to that lead.
Yeah, it is. This is the first time I haven't seen DieHard in the top 10 in this race.
After Billy Engel joined this team
Other
as
than the
crew
start.
chief. They finished 11th last week at Martinsville and could have been a lot better. They came here with Engel, had a good test. They just took on two
Did somebody Gene McDonald's?
another top 10 and looking
come on.
maybe for a top 5, but he's got to work hard for that.
It's only Bickle's second race here at Talladega, his only other one in May of '93.
Oh, there's Tony.
And now positions.
Oh, wow, he's getting blocked.
As he tries to follow Jimmy Spencer. Meanwhile,
Here comes DieHard on the outside.
fresh tires. He and Jeff Burton, Michael Walker working at Highline.
Oh, he's back in like 15.
Oh, he's not even in top 10 right now.
Oh, I thought someone got turned for a second. Whoa, that was close.
In the fourth spot, well, he was
Looks like he's back to the top 15 on 3 wide. Jimmy needs structures.
In the last 10 races here than any other driver.
Kenny Wallace third. Wow. He was up in the back the whole race.
To battle amongst the leaders.
He said among us. He said among us. Imposter.
Yes.
Mongo.
Marcus, the 40 and the 98 of Mast all got their lap
What's your obsession with saucy monsters?
And they're 3 abreast through turn number 4.
It was Papa Friday. Now it's 1 a.m.
He's running 11.
No, it's Papa Friday for me. Well, I just saw this. A Christian for you.
Bobby
It's
Labonte,
Saturday.
Jeremy Mayfield,
No 6
Tony
Saturday. There you
Stewart.
go.
Who else is in that group? Is Sterling Martin at the bottom of the racetrack?
Here comes
Oh, here
Earnhardt
comes
into the middle.
Earnhardt up the middle.
Jerry Nadeau in the 9 car.
He's right behind Bobby Labonte.
He like forced his way by Jared.
This is just hold your breath time, BP, and you hope and you pray that everything stays stable here until they can get sorted out a little bit.
I would get here 3 wide again.
Caution flag.
He literally described how I feel in the NSCS when we should play races. I hope everyone just stays safe.
Earnhardt moves up to the outside line, trying to follow Jimmy Spencer, Michael Walter.
I hope my engine doesn't explode again.
But you can't get it any better for the race
Or
fans.
someone just causes a 20-car pile.
191 miles an hour. One more with Sterling Martin, and look all around him, their cars.
I do remember one of the Daytona 500s. I'm not sure what year it was. I think it may have been one of the early 2000s races where Tony Stewart blew up like 3 laps in and was out of the race.
Oh, that's 2002.
Position lap down. Meanwhile, Kenny Wallace trying to take over third spot.
Tony Stewart and the Daytona 500 were a match made in hell.
Kenny Wallace has the help from Michael Walter.
So, I have a question for y'all. So,
Through the fourth
would you rather watch a race at Daytona or Talladega?
Now we'll try again, but
Talladega, I feel like Talladega has whack.
Yeah, Dega definitely. Depends which Dega
Started back in about
Yeah, that's a good take. I mean, personally, I prefer the Daytona 500 just it's a bigger event. But to be honest with you, I like watching the Talladega races more. Like I've been to both in person, so I'd say Dega, but both are really cool to be at. Dega just has a lot of internet issues, and there's not a lot of signal down there, which is okay. But when there's a rain delay, and you can't use. When there's a rain delay and there's no internet, then you just it's kind of bad. But anyways.
09 ABC, all the drivers from 16th to 20th were at 1.4 except for the person 18th who was at 1.5, which makes no sense.
Well, he did prove me wrong, Keith, by saying that Andretti would stay at front. Because I thought he was going to get blown by, and he's still up there for about 5 laps or so.
He's still in the race right now. What do you mean?
I know, but he's about to get past probably, because Dale's in the hurry. Look at the lap speeds, though. 189 compared to 191,
On the 4,000-foot backstretch, the activity covered by the Pennzoil Copter Cam.
Mayfield's faster than everybody.
Maybe it's Kyle Petty that's caught in the middle.
43 to go.
Just a moment ago. Did that be?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
In the fourth place spot in that racing 9 car. AKA the team that
Look at Jared Burton and Bobby Labonte.
And after he left, the team basically died. They had some beautiful Cartoon Network paint schemes, though.
3 wide all the way around this 2.6-mile racetrack. Now Kyle Petty comes in the middle and makes it 3 wide with Spencer on the inside.
Jared and Bobby Labonte.
Bro, they're shifting a lot. Like nowadays, they probably
Still a lap down in that 71 trying to get up front.
Jeff Gordon's 63 laps down.
Is it fourth? There's Sterling Marlin, another car, a lap down.
He's determined to finish the race, so I'll have to give him credit for that.
Yeah, he's trying to get as many points as he can.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised how Jeff Burton's still up there despite all those issues he had before the race started.
9 cars are running together, and then this
These guys 10th on back. They've got to get this sorted out and get in line.
Mike's audio just sounds like it's alien, but it's just because they're
on the
no
high side of the
issues.
racetrack, and the 0 car
No
right
problems.
behind Mark Martin.
Oh, here comes Dale.
And now Dale Earnhardt on the outside of the racetrack tries to get the lead from John Andretti again.
Michael Waltrip followed.
Well, look at the 9 up there. The 9's in third.
Waltrip.
Where did the 9
lap
come
car of
from?
Sterling Marlin, then Jeremy Mayfield, who was 5th. So Dale Earnhardt assumes the lead of the race once again.
Yeah, back to one. My pick is to move quick here.
I mean, Dale's just dominating.
They're lugging right there. Number 1, the racing we're seeing, and number 2, Earnhardt in the lead.
We've had 15 leaders and 25 lead changes so far in this race. And we've got 40
He said 25 lead changes among 15 drivers, so not that many lead changes as I thought there was, but still a lot of passing.
Yeah, I felt like there was a lot more lead changes.
Car sponsored by TV Guide.
How about Kevin LePage in 5th place?
Fifth spot.
He was absolutely
Worked around his way around John
back in those times.
Yeah.
He DQ'd more races in the round 16 car.
Dale Earnhardt. We've talked about it, how good he does at these restrictor plate races. Daytona, Talladega.
Come on, Mikey. Come on, man. You do it, Mikey.
Michael Waltrip. Well, unfortunately, no Michael Waltrip didn't win this race because his first win was unfortunately the tragic 2001 Daytona 500, which is burned into every fan's mind, unfortunately.
Michael Waltrip or others that are running back of Earnhardt that have never won a race like Jerry Nadeau.
Man,
Still got a long way to go.
Is there still backstretch pits on Talladega? Because I don't remember seeing them last time I was there.
With 149.
I think they got rid
I
of
don't think there's backstretch grandstands. I don't think there was backstretch.
I think you can get campers on top of the hill. That they got
Back at
behind
Talladega, which was
Well, they
born
used
in
to have stands on the backstretch, so I'm
1969, the
surprised they
30th
take them
anniversary
down.
of this great racing facility being celebrated in 1999. The deck has been shuffled again, and Bobby Labonte is at the front of the field with Dale
He probably
Jarrett
got
running
slingshot.
all the things you missed there. You commercial break.
cars Mark
A
Martin.
Fox moment.
We heard DJ, your commercial break, say to Todd Barrett, that 18 is a fast race car. And Todd Barrett's come back, so is that 88 car driver.
Mike, didn't you say you prefer NBC more than Fox?
Look at all these cars.
Yes.
Trying to
Agreed.
get sorted out, trying to figure out how they can get to the best position. To get to the best finish position when this thing is over. And it's not that far away, 35 laps to go.
Coverage sucks.
24 cars.
The only good thing about their network really is their commentators.
In less than 3 seconds.
Oh, valid take.
Well, I have good things to say about NBC.
Steve Park, who's back in the race.
Okay,
After pulling off the track.
The commentators are Michael Waltrip.
Bro, one person at once.
Here, let me go on the first man right here. Daytona Road Course 2020.
And Todd
Do they show any burnouts? Do they show quick interview? Nope. And nope.
Good chance to pull away.
Fox literally does the same thing.
So So DJ said, does the 6 car want to ride behind me, or does he want to try to hook up and go? And Todd Preston, I go check. He checked with the crew on the 6 car. He wants to stay there. They want to get in line. The 3 cars, and along with Jeremy Mayfield, and try to drive away from this huge
Stay there. I talked to the 12 car also.
And it was two-time Winston Cup champion Ned Jarrett who told his son that you have a good chance to break away if you stay in line.
Oh, he's just going to cut right across the Andretti's nose.
Go down to Andretti to get a pushy from there.
Bro, I'm surprised there hasn't been any more cautions. I'm actually surprised. Well, except for that Labonte one, but...
Hardy's field summary points as of now.
Well, it's probably a good thing. There's a lot of cautions.
Until Michael Krampus, who's Papa Jeremy, stay in line.
That's the point zone.
Man, Bill Elliott, 28
Our theme as we came on the air today was let's make a deal, because you have to make deals with other teams, you have to have somebody to run with, and that's exactly what's going on.
Steve Clark is 30 points. Yikes.
Yeah, they'll make a deal out of that. They're trying to get back in this group of cars here, but with about 2-3 laps to go,
Steve, man, he had like the worst luck though that time.
Back in German,
oh yeah, injuries ruined his career easily.
Same language you're talking in Daytona.
Yeah.
Oh, Stewart's working his way back up in the top 10. Or trying to.
He's on it.
Just imagine how they could joke at this stage of the race. 30 laps to go,
Man,
32 laps to go. In second place, trying to figure out how to win.
Fastest car on the track last lap was Dale Earnhardt at over 194. There's Todd Parrott, the crew chief.
There's Todd Parrott. Todd got just interviewed on the podcast. He is in second. Or the 88.
The 43 car is a little second and a quarter behind, but that second pack has gotten in line. There's about 5 of them in line. I wonder if they can run them down.
If anything, you're the chicken.
Bobby Labonte is the defending champion of this race. Dale Jarrett won the race here in Talladega in October of last year. So the two most recent winners at this facility are running first and second. And John Andretti leads that second pack. Hopefully,
if anything, this is a train
on the lead group.
Check it.
It is virtually anybody's race. The top 24 separated by more than 3 seconds. For these messages and a word from our ABC
30 to go.
Michael Barnes in third.
The DieHard 500 on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Pepsi, the official soft drink of Talladega Super Speedway. Lawnmower, making mowing easier. And Polaris Watercraft. Ride the best.
Hey, yo.
Hey, I was going to say the same thing. Polaris.
This is Talladega Super Speedway. We're located about 60 miles east of Birmingham, about 100 miles west of Atlanta. And it has drawn nearly 200,000 people here this afternoon to watch this DieHard 500. We're covering the action from the Pennzoil Copter Cam and watching the first 7 cars on a bit of a breakaway here, but not much.
Back then, man, I'm telling you, they would have a people would be camping out the entire week, you know, like it was packed every single race. No matter the track.
Michael Waltrip has had a strong car all afternoon long.
Now Earnhardt's going on the outside of Michael Waltrip.
He drives between the 12 and the 88.
Now he'll go in the 18 car and going to leave DJ hung out to dry. So maybe he's going to be
they only use it for replay.
Which one's he going to go with?
They use a lot of
top 3 cars behind you. He's going to get hung out here.
You know what I think that's Dale Earnhardt said? I think the 88 car is going to be easier to beat than the 18 car.
I don't know.
Jerry has a report on Bobby Labonte.
The car Bobby Labonte is racing here today is not the car he set on the pole and won with here a year ago. Neither is the car he set on the pole at both races in Daytona last year. It's a new car they built this past February, took to Daytona and tested it and felt the car was
25 to go.
Unstable for Daytona, which is more of a handling racetrack. They brought it here today to race the car. And that's why they may be
Well, it is a good pick, to be honest. He's led most of
Bobby
the race.
Labonte was the restrictor plate king in 1988. His finishes in restrictor plate races, a first at Talladega, a second
Cal
in
Petty
both
was
races at
second
Daytona, and a
20
sixth
laps
here in the
ago, and he
fall
fell all the
race.
way to 17.
Well, it's Cal Petty, what do you expect?
Now, what do you think about Cal Petty's comments on Bubba Wallace?
Dallenbach has the front end of the car flapped all around, the tape is going, and still he runs in the top 10. A great effort by Wally Dallenbach.
It's a tremendous effort by Dallenbach.
I completely agree with Kyle Petty.
Yep, I agree too.
Cars, he comes off the corner, 3 wide.
The number 20 car of Tony Stewart
I'm
is
in Kyle
also in
Petty,
competition
W. Not
after
sorry.
being involved in that incident very early in the race. Jerry has more on
I'm not
Wally.
sorry.
I feel
Remarkable. We talk about restrictor plate
I
racing.
feel like the
all
only
those
people that
thousands
disagree
and
with
thousands
Cal
of
Petty
dollars
on
an
that
hour
are
in
like the
wind tunnel.
Toyota
Wally
fans or the
Dallenbach
Bubba
led this
fans.
race in the
They're,
first 40 laps.
the Toyota Bubba fans are the only people that disagree with Cal Petty.
Clocks here on pit road. He is 2/10 of the
Now, like, I'm neutral on Bubba. Sometimes, like, some races I like him. Some races I absolutely despise him.
Dallenbach led 5
But
laps
I'm
earlier.
thinking,
Meanwhile, Dale Earnhardt, who had not led a lap in NASCAR Winston
I
Cup
really don't
competition
think that,
coming
like,
into this
yeah,
race,
like,
is going to get credit for leading the most laps here this afternoon. He has been up front 56 circuits. He is not in the lead right now. He is running third. We're watching the battle for fourth position as Michael Waltrip is on the inside.
Every little bit shot.
Agreed. Now, Mike would disagree, but then again, you know, he's a Logano fan, so it is okay.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting that
Mike gets Vietnam flashbacks when he sees that video.
I'm not getting my thoughts on that, thank you.
Because he would get mad.
I'm gonna keep making fun of Bubba Wallace because Logano's actually champion.
Yeah.
Maybe they are.
I remember one time,
Dallenbach.
I think it was during the
Jeff Gordon was outside, up ahead is Stewart and then Freddie. Getting a taste of the race telemetry here. Working that brake just a little bit.
He has his foot poised above the brake hole. See, right now you have to hit the brake to get running the back of 43 car, but he can't back off the throttle because he loses momentum. So to slow the car down, once again, touch the brake pedal.
To the race telemetry from Brian Meeks. Look at this, 188. Now above 190. What in the world, going way low on the tri-oval.
Dallenbach.
3 left, that's 2 cars on the outside. And here comes Michael Waltrip.
Whoa!
On the inside. Whoops.
What's happening there? What's happening?
There had to be a back there somewhere for Michael to lean on. That was very, very close.
Here comes Dallenbach with a huge run and push thanks to Mikey. Oh, here comes Mikey. 4 wide there for a second.
Finish line on the inside, but they paved it a few years ago. It's a good thing.
Oh, he has tape.
Watch Michael Waltrip go 4 wide.
That's a damage on the line.
Dude, that was a cool pass. That might need to include that on my passes series. The 4 wide pass.
Right now, Dallenbach passing problem.
Alright, we're getting close to the end here. About 20 laps to go or less.
Here's to his inside. He has Jeffrey Bodine behind him.
Yeah, Dallenbach's car, I think that
someone around.
Did he make that? Yes, he did. Hamilton.
That's the 4.
And this may not be
who else that was.
Multi-car
I think
crash.
Mikey.
Maybe just 2 are going to be involved.
I think that was the 7.
Who is that
or the
other
4.
car? That's going beside Bobby
No, I know that I'm pretty sure the 4 was. It might have been the 7, but I
He's
could be
still
wrong.
running.
There was definitely Bobby Hamilton in the 4 car for
It's
one
going
of
to
those
bring
people.
out our
I'm not
third
sure
caution,
who,
however, of the day. And the bad news is it's going to tighten things up again and
Well, we
give
did
us
get a
more
third caution.
close moments. Here comes Jared around to
That
take
could've-
the
I'm
caution
surprised it
flag
didn't collect
on
more
lap
people.
number 170 at the completion
Because
of
he spawned in the middle of
169.
everybody.
Now, I wonder if any of these cars will pit.
Hamilton. Oh, he got
Well, this could have been a lot worse than it turned out to be.
Marcus spun out with him.
Bobby Humpton goes in the corner.
I think.
Oh, that was, yeah, 77 of Presley was the other
And
one.
luckily,
It
everybody
looked like
behind him
Michael.
was
Yeah,
able
it
to
looked
get to
like
the
Michael,
bottom of the
though.
racetrack and
I think it looked
avoid
like the
hitting
scenes were
him.
similar.
from
hard
another
to
angle.
see if there's any contact between the 4 and... It doesn't appear there's contact. It looks like he just went in behind the 4 car.
Wow, how did
off the
Ricky
spoiler,
get? Ricky Rudd almost
and
got
Hamilton
hit.
goes around. But we're checking Wally Dallenbach's onboard camera
boy,
and
this
see
could
how
be
close
interesting.
he is to the 4 car.
It's like an accident.
No, he lost it on his own. He didn't even get hit.
Wally Dallenbach.
Yeah,
Looks
Wally
like he got tapped like just a slight bit. He did lose it himself, but Wally, I think, finished it off.
I did. I don't know, man. That replay didn't look like Wally
to
hit
his
him.
pit box.
But who knows?
He didn't like mean to. It just happened because he lost it.
Well, BP, what are they going to do here?
I think they're going to stay out.
Do you?
I think they are because they have enough fuel to go the rest of the way. Why add weight to the car? The tires should not be a problem.
Well, there are 19 laps to go, so boy, if you did come in, you'd give up a lot of track position with 24 cars on the lead lap.
See DJ on the bottom of the racetrack like he's going in the pits, but we see Earnhardt up there. He's not even faking going in the pits.
And that's all it was from DJ. He just tried to make everybody think that he might be coming in for a stop, but all of those running up front will stay out there. Third caution is out here at Talladega this afternoon. A couple of cars involved in an incident, Bobby Hamilton and Robert Presley. We'll be right back. We remain under caution here at Talladega in the DieHard 500, our third caution of the afternoon. This most recent yellow flag came out on lap number 168.
Bobby Hamilton, the Kodak car, goes in at turn 1. Turns go down the hill. He has a car right behind him, which takes some air off that spoiler. He goes up, makes contact with Robert Presley in the 77, and then Hamilton goes up, makes contact with the outside retaining wall. And watch 75 car Ted Musgrave just get by on the apron of the racetrack.
We did have 5 cars come in for pit stops. Rich Bickle, Wally Dallenbach, Musgrave, Bill Elliott, and Jimmy Spencer. And so those guys were able to come in because they were running at the back of the leaders, of those on the lead lap. Well, next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern Time, we'll have some Kart FedEx Championship Series competition. The Nazareth 200, where Jimmy Vasser is the defending champion. That's going to be on ESPN next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern Time, with challenges from Dario Franchitti and Michael Andretti and Greg Moore.
I don't want to
you
mess
name
up
it.
and say
The Kart
something,
FedEx
so
Championship Series next Sunday. Back down to Jerry Punch.
Was
Really
before
Dallenbach back in the pits again. Remarkable job by Tony for the entire Budweiser crew to be able to get this car taped and bandaged, battered and beaten from that massive crash over on the backstretch early in the afternoon that blunted the nose, scraped the right front fender, the left front fender put a hole in the front air dam, pulled some of the screen away. They have taken pry bars, 200-mile-per-hour duct tape. They have pop riveted the fender, and he still managed to stay on the lead lap. As laps are winding down on the 30th run of the DieHard 500 from the world's fastest car facility, the finish when we come back to Talladega.
Like one open wheel, I guess we can probably go with that one.
Just about to go back to racing. That puff of smoke BP's from Burton again.
And he's in 5th spot, and I would have given him nickel for his chances today. And here he is with 15 laps to go in 5th spot as DJ brings him down to the green flag.
30 minutes left in the race.
Giovanni runs second, followed by DieHard.
It's going to be less than that because they probably have interviews at the end. At 174, so
not on the lead lap in 24th position. Aaron Walters was 26th, just a lap down as the race now moves up to speed once again.
And Jeffrey Bodine, we've not mentioned him today. He is in 15th position on the lead lap.
Oh, Darrell Waltrip's actually up towards the front, but he's still a lap down.
I want these guys to get a good run on him down the backstretch. It looks like
Dale.
Here comes Earnhardt down to the inside.
And John Andretti would go with him, and the loser in all this might be Bobby Labonte because he's stuck up on that high side as Andretti takes the third position away, and Jeff Burton will take position number 4, and Labonte now maybe able to get in that higher line. Nope.
Dale's up front. Dale and Dale.
Cars in the top 10 that I can see. The 6th car.
And then there's John Andretti in 3rd.
Jeff Burton.
said that.
They were 3 wide in the trial. Well, now they're 3 wide again around 10.
Dale Jarrett's teammate.
Here comes Dale trying to pass Dale.
24 laps down, back
Jarrett's
in
in the block
35th.
play. He's going to try to go high. Yep, there he goes.
Dale's the lead again. Well cleared. Not too much difficulty there. Burton with a Birkin valve is running top 5.
Jeremy Mayfield's now headed back up in the top 5 again.
He's running about right.
I remember that we saw the camera on the like Bradsville race. I love that.
Yeah. They don't really give spotlight to the crew chiefs that often anymore unless it's under a car.
Exactly, they need to.
Out of the race, he's going to finish in 41st.
Jeff Gordon, 64 laps down and 39.
Probably complained about it, saying, "Hey, quit taking the camera off the action, baby."
That's not really taking the camera off the action. I mean, it's still on. I don't know. That sounds funny when you think about it now.
Oh, Jeff Burton got hung out the drive.
They hang Jeff Burton out.
Here comes Andretti. Yeah, on the outside too.
Martin was trying to get on the inside.
Darrell Waltrip fell back again.
Martin decides I'll go with Jared.
Well, Darrell Waltrip been best card equipment. What do you expect?
Jeremy Mayfield's the guy.
I know, he's washed
We've
up.
only got 12 laps to go.
Well, obviously, he goes.
Oh, and Mark Martin
From Mark Martin.
on board.
Well, here we go.
Looking at 4,000 feet of asphalt ahead of you. Down
Bill
the
Elliott's
backstretch.
changing a lot. Wow, everybody's shifting.
Oh, yeah.
3 wide again.
Trying to figure out what's the best angle. About 3.
And they're running so close together. It's amazing how they can
Once again, back 3 wide.
DJ.
12, 18,
Way
6,
up
and
high.
turn
He'll wait
4.
on his round teammate Jeff Burton to come in behind him.
Here comes Burton.
Oh, Dale comes on the block.
Roush cars are teamed up.
Dave Marcus is
I would say
back up there. You know he's a lot better.
From Kyle Petty. And they're 4 wide as they go into turn number 1.
See, that's a 12 wide.
Right with Dale Earnhardt.
Yes, he is. Wherever Earnhardt goes, he goes. Look at 4 abreast. Coming
Damn.
on turn 2, there's Labonte, Kenny Wallace, Michael Waltrip, and Jimmy Spencer, Rich Bickle.
And Kyle Petty may make it 5 wide down the backstretch.
5 wide.
Remember, some of these guys went in and changed
Wow,
tires,
5
Petty
wide.
and Bickle. And Bill Elliott there in the 94.
Jimmy
Across the
Spencer
stripe.
as well.
I have a feeling that Keith is ahead of that.
Yeah, he's ahead by at least 5 seconds. There's no way.
4 wide. And
We're now in the triangle. He's probably in turn 1.
The fans are loving it.
Yeah. Me and Christian, we're just going through the start finish line. Keith is probably coming off the queue.
Cannot keep this up without
Let's get back to
Well, they've only got 10 laps to go, so if nothing else, the end of the race is going to end it. Let's hope that it doesn't end with a big crash.
All right, then Mike's ahead too.
Coming off the queue now. The leader's on to the back now.
Dale Earnhardt continues to lead. John Andretti is packed in behind him. Then comes Mayfield and Jarrett. And there's the pole sitter, Kenny Schrader.
Ken Schrader back up again after falling out earlier.
And Jeff Burton drives.
He's been up and
dives
down
down the inside
the
of
whole
Dave
race.
Marcus, trying to get behind his teammate. Here
Right
comes
last
Jimmy
to go
Spencer,
across the
Michael
track here.
Yeah, he's definitely ahead.
The red and white car, Jimmy
Yeah,
Spencer did stop.
If he's
changed
hit,
tires on that last
if he's
stop.
going by, actually going by the finish line, he's
right
ahead.
now.
No, let's get back 10 seconds so that way I'm closer to you guys.
Yeah, we're now in turn 1.
Stewart, they need to get in line and
Yeah,
draft
turn
up.
now.
Turn 2 now.
Waltrip has had a strong car today, but right now he's dropped back just a little bit to 8th position, but still very capable of winning this race in the closing laps. Dale Earnhardt up front.
Man, this has been an entertaining race, despite, not it's not a wreck fest, which is good, because
I think one of the Dales is going to pull it off. A few laps ago, like 7, 8 laps ago, I was thinking Jarrett might have it.
Christian was not.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good observation, though, but Yeah, I was gonna say, like, even though it's not been a wreck fest, it's been very entertaining, and I would prefer watching a race that doesn't have wrecks than one that does. This one has had a lot of green flag runs, but a lot of good racing as well.
And there they are. Mayfield, a strong performance in third.
There we go with the train again.
His best safer at Talladega
pack is a big pack is at the front end, and then there's a pack
DJ trying to get on the inside of Jeremy. And he follows John Andretti. He'll take that third spot away.
Jeremy will lose some positions. And Schrader emerges as a threat here as he goes to the inside of Mayfield.
We're in the triangle now.
Dale Earnhardt is looking for his second win this weekend here at this facility. He won the IROC race for the last lap.
Just left to go in the DieHard 500.
I don't see there being another caution.
Mark Martin's trying to get hooked up, trying to get by Jeremy Mayfield. Meanwhile,
DieHard, is that what happens when you get a DieHard?
trying to hook up, trying to go to the front. That's Dave Marcus. He's led down in 23rd spot.
You know, we're literally screaming and like, come on now. Okay.
Bobby Bonner sees Dave Marcus go up the racetrack. He also sees Jeff Burton right in front of him, trying to accelerate by, trying to catch Burton.
I mean, it makes sense if there was the Mark Martin scheme, but I don't know. Anyways, here goes Jeremy trying to get to underneath Mark.
A little close.
Mark's doing a pretty good job defending.
Position, and these guys again don't want to run like this very long.
But Mayfield's got him on the inside. 6 to go. Going into turn 1 here.
Mike, you haven't really talked much recently. What's some of your observations
About 5
right
minutes
now?
of racing.
Well, I'm trying to, but I get interrupted every 5 seconds.
Uh-oh. Shots fired.
But no, I'm really focusing on the race, too. That's the reason why I'm not talking. When I'm not getting interrupted. Yeah, man, it's just, this is my favorite part of Talladega.
Now the Joe Gibbs cars are hooked up on the outside. And Tony Stewart and Bobby Labonte work their way to the front. They're run out of time. 5 laps to go.
Now to Bill Weber on Dale Earnhardt.
And we all know
Top
how
3 is really pulling away here.
7 Winston Cup championships and 71 career victories. But his crew chief, Kevin Hamlin, has never won a Winston Cup points-paying race. He was the winning crew chief in Japan one year, but that was an exhibition. It could be a big day for Earnhardt, perhaps the biggest day for Kevin Hamlin.
The actual good Hamlin right there on the screen.
We've still got a little more than 4
I got a dumb question. Is that Kevin Hamlin the same one that raced in Busch and didn't do anything?
Battling side by side for position, trying to get up front.
I don't think there's any other Hamlins that race other than him and Denny.
Elliott and LePage.
Hamlin's not a car.
And Mark Martin.
I want to see if John Andretti makes a move here. It looks like he wants to.
The Joe Gibbs team, Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte have moved into 5th and 6th.
He's got to run.
And Kyle Petty goes to the inside of Ken Schrader down the backstretch and tries to move into 7th place.
Kyle Petty's worked his way back up to the top 10.
Left front fender. Is flopping around, which is slowing the car down a little bit. And Kyle almost gets hit by Jerry Nadeau. And here comes Michael Waltrip.
Michael Waltrip's trying to make a charge.
Jerry might make a move.
Afternoon has led in this race 25 laps.
Oh boy, here we go.
3 to go. Earnhardt, who has led 66. And now
Jerry had the fast car, so I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a move within these next couple laps.
And there are less than 2 laps to go.
I don't know, maybe the Pontiacs will go with...
Andretti, no, it looks like I don't see him catching up.
Thought maybe the Pontiacs would go with John Andretti and lead Mark Martin, but right now, okay, Bobby Labonte.
Trying to get Bobby Labonte to help him, it looks like. At the time, only our picks are running 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's crazy. Except for the Wallace. Okay.
It's never usually that cool. It's never usually that good. Because usually I always expect more like Mike's prediction where our pick runs really well, and also gets taken out in a crash.
Leading lap number 186. Two to go
this
time. And Dale
Here we go. This is where I want to see some moves.
We recall the Dale show for their performances at Daytona.
Stewart's back up in the top 5 now, being middle of the race.
And now Bobby Labonte's been shuffled out, and the cars are trying to hook up on the outside. Mark Martin looks like he
Looks like Dale Jarrett's going to catch Dale Earnhardt, but it doesn't seem like he can close up to his rear bumper there.
To the 7th position.
Dale Earnhardt's just too fast today.
It looks like Mark is going to be there. Here comes Labonte back on the inside.
Rewind again, and right in the middle, and Stewart on the outside.
Whoa, he really squeezed it.
Takes it.
Yeah.
Burton is right in there also in the 99 car.
We got 1 to go.
And so is Rich Bickle.
Bickle trying to go with Jeff
Rich
Burton.
Bickle is up there?
White flag is in the air.
4 wide.
I know the speed favor, but I've never even heard of that guy. How is he up there?
4 wide for like 6, and everyone else is single file.
Back of that. It's Dale Earnhardt, Dale Jarrett,
cool,
and Mark Martin, first, second, and third. Then Bobby Labonte, and Tony Stewart. And look at the behind that.
Right now, halfway down the back.
Did someone make a move?
Jerry Nadeau on the inside.
Oh, it doesn't look like it.
For about 7th or 8th position. Meanwhile, here's the lead.
Jared needs help from Mark.
Any position changes here as they come off to the backing and into the
coming close enough. I think Dale's got it.
Is it going to be Jarrett? Is it going to be
Dale might got it. Yeah, Dale got it.
closer to the line? It's
Got it.
Dale wins it.
Right? That's pretty good.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
The margin of victory unofficially 14 hundredths of a second, and Mark Martin finishes third, a quarter of a second behind, and their celebration in the Earnhardt pit.
Well,
yeah, that's really good.
All right, so I guess now we talk a little bit post-race. We'll go 1% at a time. Mike, so what was your thoughts on the race, and what would you give it 1 out of 10?
Congratulations to you on your first
I
win
thought
as
it
a
was a
Winston
fairly
Cup crew
solid
chief.
race. A lot different than today's racing and a lot of racing in the 2000s. There were some points where I was a little bit bored, but for the most part, I was entertained. 7.5.
It's been a battle, though, at times for this team, but this is a huge win for both of you.
Yeah, it's been a battle. I mean, we've been in the hunt this year, but we haven't been in the hunt. We had crazy little things happen to us, and hopefully we can kind of rebound from this and take a step forward. How do you feel?
It was crazy to see that 5 wide pass down the back stretch.
Say hello to my grandpa, too. Just got out of the hospital last week, and hope he's doing good today.
Really awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Like
Well,
said,
Kevin Hamlin took over in mid-season last year as crew chief for Dale Earnhardt and takes him to victory here at Talladega.
It's his 8th Talladega win, first since April of 1994. It's his first win since the Daytona 500 in February of 98, 101 races ago. And it is his 72nd career win. He is 6th on the all-time win list. Dale Earnhardt, 7 times NASCAR Winston Cup champion, drives to victory here at Talladega.
Yeah, I'd say I give it about a 7.5, about an 8 out of 10 as well.
The rear spoiler, they must
Yeah,
maintain
definitely
a
really solid race.
45 degrees.
You know, it wasn't a wreck fest. We saw a lot of great passing and moves. A lot of guys who were far back in the pack worked their way up multiple times. Dale definitely had the most dominant car, leading the most laps. And there was going to be lead changes around 30 or so among around 17 drivers. So, yeah, really good race, and I enjoyed this one. So after watching this race, would you prefer watching
9 races in 1999?
Compared to now, or do you like the ones nowadays?
As we said earlier, he's going to be celebrating his 48th birthday this coming Thursday.
I would say racing-wise, I would watch for the 90s, but for the finishes, for the finishes to the event, now.
And now he's going to his first race.
The finishes we have now are much more insane compared to because I think the races that finished for today's event was kind of tame. Yeah, I agree, Keith. I like both races.
I think they all want to stay and experience just a little bit of the celebration.
Honestly, I think I agree with Keith for the most part because the finish was very tame. I really wanted to see Dale Jarrett make a move, and if this was today,
on Saturday,
you would
Winston
see
Cup
a
on
move being
Sunday.
made around the final lap in the tri-oval or in 2 or 3. But the racing in general, I would definitely go with the 90s.
Teresa leans in, gives him a kiss.
I just mentioned.
his
We'll
daughter.
see. Dale's about to get out of his car.
There's going to be a huge round of applause, I have a feeling. Here he is.
The GOAT himself.
Dale.
Dale.
Down to our McDonald's winner circle. Here's Jerry Punch.
When interviews were actually in
Dale
victory.
Earnhardt climbs down off a Good Ranch Chevrolet. Dale, what a show. Congratulations, your 8th win at Talladega.
Yes. I gotta get my breath. What can I say? These guys did a great job with this car, and it just, man, it was like, who was going to work with who and what was what, and Mark kept coming up there and helping me, and Jarrett kept coming, and I just kept working, and finally I got positioned, and I was wanting to lead, but I was going to settle for second until the last lap or two. But when they got to jumping around, I got out front, so just stayed with it.
It looked like there were so many cars so even out there, Dale. Michael Waltrip had a strong car. Bobby Labonte had a strong ride.
Well, there were, and I thought Michael and I could do something together. That I don't know, he kept getting hung out, or he kept getting out of line, and it just didn't work. Bobby Labonte is the same way. Bobby and I were really good together. So there's just a lot of different cars that I thought was going to be great together, and we just never did get a chance to hook up. And Jarrett was smart enough to run with me, and he knew if he jumped out of the line the wrong time, he was going to run third or worse. So he just stayed there, and then there was nobody there to help him but Mark when they got to racing behind him, and that really helped us win the race. Is they got to racing behind him, and they really couldn't mount a charge on us.
What is it with you in Talladega? Yesterday in the IROC race, a remarkable last lap move to win that one, and today you came from the middle of the pack toward the front in a hurry.
Well, the car's, I like to say, the car is great. We changed it a little bit on the last practice yesterday and really hit on something, and the car was really good. The engine was great all day, and I was glad to beat Buddy Baker's record too on leading the most laps. So, you know, I said it's been a great day now.
Congratulations and a happy early 48th birthday.
What birthday?
Well, 48.
Okay, thanks.
All right, Dale Earnhardt, who likes to cheat a little bit when it comes to his age, but folks, he will be 48 this week and celebrating his victory lane.
Dale Earnhardt wins at Talladega. Congratulations to him. It was a great race. We will be back for more from Talladega in just a moment. But right now, we invite you to stay tuned. We're going to send it to our Wide World of Sports studio in New York. Here's your host, Robin Rock.
Question about restrictor plate racing. For racing in general, I would say back in the 90s, and also as well for racing and finishes, I would also give it to as well the 2000s up until like 2012.
Huh, interesting.
So from from the 90s, so from like, heck, I'd say maybe from 87 all the way to 2012.
Valid point. Well, is there anything else y'all want to say before we close out the video?
Subscribe to Christian. That's really all I
I
got to say.
was about to say the same thing. Subscribe to see Will YT.
Oh, and the Naz Boys podcast.
The Naz Boys.
And while you're here, also follow the new Onboards account. Yes, thank you, Keith.
Do that or you have no
very
life.
surprised. Very surprised that did not get mentioned.
Whoa, it will be
do that, or else I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna come to your house and pet your dog.
Oh well, the dog may like that.
Yeah, do that, or I'm coming to your house and watering your plant.
Do that, or Hamlin will win the championship, which no one wants. So yeah, so that's gonna close out the video, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. If you want to follow all of us, you see our social media accounts in the description below. Yeah, and also subscribe on the road to 1K. Thank y'all so much for watching, and until next time, we are out. Peace.